All right, let's get this bad boy started. You ready? You ready? I'm ready. Well, here's a laser pointer. Focus.
Focusing.
So, who would like to do the recap on which all of those questions should be answered?
Oh.
Oh,
Well, I'll go ahead and get it started, and then you can all chime in. Let's see. We all meet up outside of a magic shop at the beginning. Cha returns from having gone pee-pee in a river, which was very delightful for him.
Yeah, after
Tries
we got
to-
into a bar fight.
Yep. And after your bar fight, in which Cha was killed and brought back to dad and is now a lich. So anyway, so he meets up with you, has a little bantering with the shopkeep of the glistening scales, who happens to be a
Glistening
beholder in
scales!
disguise.
Yes.
And then I say, oh yeah,
Sorry.
at that time we met, I think Sadi, and then went in there and talked about Cha's ring, which was transformed in Marn's temple into some kind of other magically imbued substance, which the beholder was very quick to want to get his hands on, trying to swindle it out of Chaz by offering him a trash can to throw it in first, then an exchange with a ring of forgot the name of the ring.
Ring of
Ring of protection, and then offering 2 rings of protection to trade it. But Cha was convinced by the group to hold on to it. And then he did take a card wants to call on these people when he makes his nightclub, because man, they've got some interior decorating skills. Let's see. And then we take off. And that was when we headed to Crazy Nick's. Crazy Ned's Knickknacks.
That's it.
And we all got like a free random item. Some of us paid to check for some more. Crazy Ned was adorable. We found some weird stuff that seemed to have some magical properties. We're not sure how much. There was a scarf that straightens itself stiff and then gets soft when you scrunch it up. There was a strange small chair that Cha got. I forgot what other people got, though. What did y'all get?
I got I ended up with a fork, but first I had a knife that I gave to either Ned or Kosik. I can't remember which one.
Oh, that was right. We kept getting cutlery. There was a
Yeah.
spork,
Yeah.
too.
Opal got a scarf that if I remember correctly, extends. It was a
Oh, did you get that one? Was that yours? Yeah, you got that one. The Christmas colors.
Who got this spork? And so who did I give the knife to? The butter knife.
Oh, I
have
think
the butter
Cha's
knife.
first pick was an elegant spork. I specifically wrote down elegant spork. We're not sure if it's magical. Yeah, and then Cha shoved his small folding chair that he got into the mimic's mouth, which gladly ate it up. Kozik at that time told him some of what was inside the mimic of holding. Then we went to the Missing No Tavern. we headed on in, and we were. Chad decided to buy everybody a gigantic bird creature to munch on and drinks all around, various types, drafts and whiskeys and whatnots, and was dancing because he was happy about having survived Marn's tomb for the moment and being somewhere on the trail of our little one that's gone missing. However, Zed has been definitively getting more and more depressed over the loss of his friend and kind of distant and frustrated and acting it out really well, I have to say.
Yes, very well.
We met Sadi, of course, and discussed that they are a paladin whose mentor was murdered, I think, or dead. I don't know if you told us they were murdered, but that you're on a quest now. You've been alone for a while and are now looking to join a group, which we happily invited her in. And Cha then was dancing around we're trying to dance with his whole party, but Sadi was the only one who joined. And promptly his sweetheart, Sarah, saw this and then ran off crying. And that was where we left off.
Oh, very good.
How spectacular.
Didn't a couple of our party, Kozik and maybe somebody else, like go outside because they did not like the scene in here?
That was a crazy
yeah,
Ned's, I
that
think.
was a crazy Ned's. You didn't go
Yeah.
in and grab anything, right? I think we're all inside munching away and just chilling.
And we
Cha's been
decided
jumping
that
around the room.
we decided that everyone would end up going back to their room at the end of the night. So I think we might be waking up somewhere. I don't remember where everybody's staying.
Well, we have rooms at the Lofty Highborn, the Hofty Lieborn.
So we would have
But
to
I
go
think
back.
that we left off like just we're still in the missing no. I think that's right where we left off.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought we were okay.
Gonna update that.
We were waiting for our meeting with Lady Miriam to potentially get some leads on where the little one might have gotten off to with
Crying.
that sick bastard Marn. And then we were just thinking about what that visit might entail. And then we were gonna head to the Adventurers Guild the next day if we survived the night.
Where are we meeting the Lady Miriam? Is she meeting us at the missing no?
We'll
Or
go to her
we-
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we're going there to meet with her scribes.
Scrying.
Scries, yeah. If we can. She sounds learned. So Dungeon Master, I did oh no, okay, so that's all. Whoever needs an inspiration.
Do not to the DM. Because that's how we get. Yes. The creature that missed its attack will now re-roll.
Oh my goodness.
If the DM was gonna do that, the DM already could. That's all I'll say.
I guess.
Yeah.
And besides, it could be something like a my DM on Saturday games had to issue pity hero points, which is the Pathfinder term for inspiration.
Pity?
And you can only imagine how bad that session went. Them
It
rolls.
would be fun to give Cubed an inspiration and just see what he does with it. Oh yeah.
Who does not have one? Also, I keep hearing a,
Yeah,
a
we can
ring.
hear your echo.
Oh, are you getting an echo
Was it?
from me?
Just of my voice.
Are you
for
getting
now.
an echo from me?
From you?
From
I'm hearing
Starry,
one
are
from
you getting an
Niavara.
echo? Oh, Niavara. Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
we can hear Niavara through your mic.
Oh, so yeah, maybe you should put your headphones on.
Oh, I got my headphones are off. I'll put headphones on.
Yeah, Zed doesn't have inspiration.
oh fuck me.
Take it, Zed.
Zed needs inspiration. He's got like
You know-
weird shit going on in his head, and he's missing
It's
little
true.
ones.
This is appropriate because the first thing I wanted to do was sit down next to Zed. After Cha saw Sarah run off, he rolled an insight check to see if he understood why she ran off, and I got a 13. I don't know if he understands or not. That's up to you. Okay. So Cha at first didn't understand why she ran off, and then it starts to dawn on him, and he becomes a bit crestfallen. Yes. Oh yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
So Cha becomes quite crestfallen once he realizes, and his smile sort of drifts off. He stops dancing, comes back in because he went outside to try to see if he could spot her, but she was gone. Comes back in and kind of sits down next to Zed and is just quiet for a minute. It's like, crazy.
Did any of us notice like Sarah walk in and then like storm out? Or was it just Cha?
Well, I was dancing though. Well, I could have noticed, yeah.
passive perception.
Right, right.
Sorry, wouldn't have known who she was though.
But I would have noticed that she was having a reaction to me dancing with you.
True.
All right, so then if Zed notices and Cha kind of walked over and slumped down at the table, Zed'll glance over and kind of catch Cha's eye, and he'll, as soon as they catch eyes, Zed'll kind of glance down and he'll just nod a little bit, like he understands, and it's just like, man, that's a bummer. And then he'll glance back up and, hey mate,
Hey, Zed.
it's tough sometimes when that sort of thing can happen. But next time we go to the Lofty Highborn, I'll try and put a word in with Tiffany, see if you want, but see if maybe we can get you a conversation with Sarah, right?
Cha kind of looks up at Zed. Little smile starts creeping onto his face again. That would be great. That would be great.
Ooh,
Whoa.
I don't know what
Yeah.
I don't know what that
Whatever the
is.
hell. Dude, she's gonna go steal the game from us.
Never know. She's gonna go kidnap Sarah and bring her back. No,
Yes, do it.
She wasn't going to go kidnap her, but she was in fact getting up from the table as like quietly as possible and like sneaking out the door.
Zed'll put his arm around Sean, kind of like one of those, like pulling her in close and just kind of like, come on now, like shake it off, kind of like Chaw's been
Hey.
doing for Zed. And he's still got this big old glass of beer, and so he'll raise up, kind of do a little cheers, and just take a big old swig.
Chaw grabs one of the random drinks that have been sitting by the half-eaten gigantic bird creature, clangs the tankard together. Hey, Zed.
Hey, we'll figure it out, buddy.
Yeah. It's funny. The timing of that happening is quite appropriate, actually. I was happy that we made it out of there, but Zed, I feel like there are dark forces and tragedies kind of hovering about our entire group. Like they're
It's almost been
trying
like
to.
a cloud
Yeah.
following us, and we're always stuck in the shade.
Yeah. It's like it's trying to chip away at each one of us, make us feel crazy or broken, uneasy. You know what? I've felt that way my entire life, Zed. When I reached the material plane, I thought that would all end. So naive. Well,
The material plane's
yeah.
only place I ever known until found myself in Underdark. I didn't know where I was, couldn't see the damn thing, and stumbled across you all, and at the time it felt like some sort of awkward, ironic, natural necessity. It's hard to explain. As far as the way you were describing the way you felt, I I don't really know my family. I stowed away on a ship, and thankfully they took me along, but it's always felt like I've been alone, and even with you all, it's felt like I've been with a crew again. But I had found little one, and then the little one's gone, and it's like I have that lonely sense again. It's deep, dwelling. Even though we're all here, we're all together. I mean, we're got great food, and as far as immediate, we're safe. But something just feels like something's not right.
That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Something's hovering, looming over our joy, trying to crush it.
It's funny you say that because we've been contacted by so many different potential forces or entities, and it's almost as if it's as if anytime we start going in a direction that we're on the right track and we're coming together, we get one of these interruptions, I'd say.
Right.
I'm wondering if this lady Miriam might have some sort of insight on some of the things that all of us have been going through.
Zed, I may seem happy-go-lucky, and I am. I've had a lot of success in surviving the horrors of my upbringing. But I was like a newborn coming to this world, and I don't know what it was seeing Sarah run out like that, and Mar taking little one, watching friends come and go. I feel like playtime is over, Zed. We must seek out. We must seek out and annihilate this darkness that wishes to consume us. Not only for ourselves, but for everybody. Everywhere. The realities are collapsing. These magical anomalies, everywhere.
I'm saying
Across the plains.
just the way you're putting it, it's dawning on me. We've been followed this whole time, and it's like we're not like we're running from anything, but at the same time, it is like we're being chased. And to your point, it might be time to turn around and, for lack of better words, stop running.
Yes. Right. I have been running. I'm not going to run anymore, Zed. He looks
Hey,
like
how's it going, Callus? And
off in
hey,
the
Dragon.
distance.
Didn't want to interrupt him too much.
He's not really looking at anything.
And that's a perfect point for the camera to sort of pan to the jovial scene in the background. It's kind of like the foreground of the camera blurs and the background becomes the center focus, as amongst the glee, amongst the cheer, amongst the celebrations and revelries of stories being told in the background, a singular entity somehow manages, and this is only the camera seeing this, nobody else seems to even notice, a singular entity getting up out of their chair and very casually, almost like blending in with the crowd, making their way out of the missing no.
Interesting. Looks back at Zed and kind of smiles, but this smile is a little different than you're used to. It has like a cutting edge to it. And he holds up his hand and he slowly,
Camera control, please.
deliberately starts doing the epic, crazy, complicated handshake that we've been developing throughout the entire campaign.
Yep.
It looks so
I would
different on your
almost
end from what
okay.
I see.
So
It's crazy.
just to put some flavor on that too, because what I'm picturing is we're having this really serious conversation, and every time that we've done the secret handshake, it's been like a point of celebration. It's like after a big
Yeah.
fight or after it's always been when we're like triumphant in something. And I'm picturing us getting all serious, and then instead of having this kind of jovial, almost fun, like
Yeah.
game-like way of doing it, it's like very structured, it's like step by step, very intense. We're getting like all of the motions and everything, like we're in sync. It's like almost montaging of like a training session or something. We're just taking it super serious.
Perfect. That's exactly what I imagined. Like it could be deadly.
Right. It's like it's like the rest of the world around us just kind of like fades, and we're just like just going through all these fucking
Yeah, it's like a
other people.
martial. It's a martial.
Yeah, it's like it
handshake
might look
now.
like we're fucking fighting, or something. I think that's probably accurate.
So, what is it Niavara is doing as you've managed to slip out with pretty much nobody noticing?
Obviously her goal is to try and track down Sarah wherever she ran off to.
Oh,
So
Niavara.
once she's out of the bar, I suppose the next natural thing would be to do a survival check to see if she can find her if she's out of view, or
Yeah,
else
because you're trying to
listen to the
track her.
sound of crying.
Well, if you recall, she wasn't crying. She just kind of got the, the pouty cheeks, kind of like the humph, and just kind of turned around and stomped out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, regrettably, Niavara apparently is shit at survival.
Apparently. So you look around, and it is nighttime. But if you recall, even the nighttime is busy, not crowded, but it's busy. So there's still people out and about. There's still carts and wagons coming and going. The sounds of camaraderie from the tavern. The sounds of maybe even some like animals off in the distance, like maybe a horse or a doggo barking. Just kind of the typical like night sound. But you try and figure out where she went, and you have a hard time determining her direction or intent.
She thinks on what she knows about it. Before, in her best impersonation of Cha, goes, Sarah!
Ah.
Cool.
Loudly, like calling out, just in general, to see if if like she sees like a head pop back out, or someone stop in the crowd.
Yeah, someone stops in the crowd. You see a human woman looking over at you. And they just kind of blink and stare like, somebody call me?
Niavara taps her claws up against her fuck, what's the word for it? Your armor on your arm.
Gauntlet?
There we go. Taps long claws on her gauntlet, sort of in frustration. She's like, fuck. It's regrettably a really common name.
Hey,
So
Bob.
she's like,
Bob. Hey, Bob. The whole room turns
you're
around.
laughing. Had a friend's dad named Bob, and you're laughing.
Oh, I know. I've met many Bobs. That was the point.
Hmm?
So it's like
Same
you
with
walked
John.
out into a crowd and called out, "Hey, Bob." So yeah, there's probably going to be a couple of Bobs in the crowd, especially on a somewhat occupied street.
Does Niavara generally do we know where Sarah works?
No, because the fair
Vaughn said
has
yes.
since
Yeah, she
ended.
was at the festival.
So where she did work is not necessarily something that's going on anymore. You recall she was working at the Miriam Festival, but this was the last day of it.
So she works
And
for the
they've
Chamber of
taken it down.
Commerce.
The Miriam.
Totally.
In Niavara's earlier instigations of like walking around town, does she generally know where like living quarters are versus like permanent residence versus like businesses? You know how different districts will be?
Yeah, for the most part, they are sort of separated in that regard. It's not like there's just 4 businesses. There's a lot of them, but it's a very big city, and most of them kind of go relatively unnoticed by you because it's just like, oh, just another shop, or oh, it's like if you walk past in a strip mall and you go past a food court. It's like there's a lot of individual things, but nothing really of note unless you have that exact craving for, I don't know, a Sabaro or something.
Catch me dead there. Um. Well, no, she's like trying to see like, is there like a place where there are more residences
Yeah.
specifically? Like, because that would probably be a best guess to start running.
Yes. So there is a residential. It's sort of, think of it like a ring pattern. There's this big mountain in the middle, and then as the elevation descends, you get to like residential, and then like business, and then sort of a little bit of a mix on the quote unquote ground floor where you are. That's where people come in the front gates, and there's trade, and there's merchants, and there are people that have taken up some residence here, but it's not purely completely 100% separated in districts in that regard.
Mm.
So think of like there's
So-
businesses with like second floors on them, and people might like live in those kind of
Yeah.
thing. Burp. That's
Frankly
scary.
speaking, she's a little bit surprised that Shaw did not come out himself, given what she
Yeah.
knows about him. But
Yeah.
it's more like a, fuck, no one else came out to help me with this, and this is like a situation where like, someone else probably would be better at this situation than Niavara would. Niavara is not soft, nor necessarily super kind. She might try. She will fail.
The
Never
effort of her
say
going
never.
outside is deeply appreciated out of character.
Never say never, Niavara.
So she thinks on it. She considers her options. How long ago does she think that, like, how much of a head start does Sarah have on her?
You would think it
Because
wouldn't.
Sarah's like what, way shorter than Niavara. She's like a fairy
No, she's a satyr.
of some variety.
She's a satyr.
But she is. I believe she is smaller than Niavara.
Let's see, how big is Nia?
I don't remember what her height was. I thought she was pretty tall though.
Yeah, she's kind of tall because they got the reverse jointed knees or legs or whatever. I think no.
Those
Yeah.
haunch-
Yeah. So they can stand pretty tall.
Then I have envisioned the scenes wherein Sarah attempted to hug Niavara quite differently. Doesn't see her in the crowd, no ability to track her down, and it's sort of all over the place in the city. Yeah, Niavara has no idea how to go further in this. She'll do like one final glance over of the crowd, to, like see if like spotting a tall satyr.
Well, with a 21, you can definitely 100% confirm that you do not see a satyr at this time of night.
Rubs her temples and will slip
21 confirms
back
it.
inside.
Not there.
So she's like, "Oh my god, Shaw," because she, in fact, will probably spot him at the table next to Zed. Like, dude,
I would say that
bro.
at this point he would have because my next thought was to ask the 2 people who are in there who work with her, like where I'd be able to find her, because there are 2 people in there she was been working with at the festival. So I think after his little talk with Zed, which was strictly kind of pointing out the incredibly bad timing of that moment and how things like that happen so often, that then he's actually on the job of trying to figure out where Sarah is.
So let me move them to the appropriate scene.
Chaw's sitting alone.
Oh, there it is.
So wait, where's the door? Is it like where this like little barrel stairs is?
Nope, that is something else. So the door is essentially, I mean, it's kind of off the map, but the southern part of the map, so like down and off the grid sort of thing.
Say she's coming in over here. Cause she's like, bro.
All right. So in that time frame, you can switch the camera to folks who haven't got to do anything yet. So Kozik and Sari and Opal, what do you guys want to do during all this?
I hope I haven't done anything wrong. Did I do something to hurt Chaw?
I do not think you did. I think it's simply a misunderstanding. And
Who was that woman that went running out?
from what I recall, Chaw's sweetheart.
Ah, okay. Oh, okay.
I met her earlier before we found you.
Ooh, this token.
I see. Sounds like she misinterpreted. All right, then. Well, that's unfortunate.
Truly.
Elevate.
Hmm.
-1.
So Niavara's run after her.
I'll do that.
Sorry, probably wouldn't know that actually.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Neopar had a really high stealth check, but you probably would notice, like, wait a second. There was someone else
Yeah,
next
she's
to
not
us.
there.
Niavara roll is stealthy.
He did disappear right after Sarah ran out, though. But yeah.
Cha. Opal will like speak out.
Where are Cha and
All right.
Ned? Are they outside or are they in here?
Like,
Oh, there they are.
Table, I think. Kozik's still at the table. Cha walked up to the other two people that she knows. He knows that Sarah worked with to talk to them.
Oh, I see. Okay. Over by the fireplace. All right.
Well, Opal's not one to intrude, but she is one to speak her mind on situations. Oh God. Cha, I do think it's best if you try and go after her. That is a rather nasty bit of, how do I put it? That is a bit of bad timing. There's nothing that we can't fix.
I'd love to go after her, but I have no idea where she lives or what she does. That's why I was asking these two here.
She's your sweetheart, and you don't know that about her.
Well, I've gone on one date with her. I'd like to think she's my sweetheart. But we're just kind of getting to know each other. We only met a couple days ago.
Understood.
But I don't want to let her go if I can help it.
Understood, Cha. If you need any help, let me know. I'm more than happy to assist.
Hey, thanks!
And Opal is going to go sit back down. Though we'll be listening out in case Cha needs help. There we go.
Kozik, sorry.
I'm just kind of sitting at the table. I'm using my dwarven fork that was looted from Dale's kitchen to kind of poke around, for a little taste of home, maybe poking around at whatever potatoes and whatever they serve at this middle brow kind of establishment. And it's not too bad though. There's a humongous turkey there. But yeah, I don't know. Just kind of thinking about how there's so much drama here. There's only 6 of us, but there's so much drama to be had. Kind of thinking about adventure a little bit, like, oh, what are we gonna do next? And definitely waiting for that when the what do we call them? The underground or whatever is gonna let us know when if we can meet up with Lady Miriam.
Right.
Because I'm definitely interested in making a nobles connection. Grumble, grumble. I guess these potatoes are pretty good. Snarf, snarf, snarf. I don't seem to have any problem eating them.
These drama
Against your better
potatoes.
judgment. Drama potatoes.
They've been probably
Nice.
boiled in some sort of water, some sort of grayish water or something. There's a banana there on the bar there that looks inviting, but I keep my seat. It is a tropical fruit. That seems rare, even here in the Feywild.
Does Kozik question? Does Kozik change? Like, does he hide what he's feeling on his face, or can we just read you having all these thoughts right on your facial expression?
I'm kind of sitting back. I'm leaning back in the chair. Maybe it's precariously, those back 2 legs. Maybe, and maybe I'm about to fall or something. Let me see. Let me do a.
Let's do a fall check.
Is there like an acrobatics roll or like let's see a balance roll? Let's just do
Yeah.
that.
A grumbly thinking check.
So I roll an 11 to try to maintain my balance on this chair without falling over.
I mean, that's pretty above 10.
Iffy.
Oh, I kind of tilt back a little far and go, oh, that's okay. And it goes whump, the front legs back on the ground. And yeah, I'm not really doing anything too active. So
Yeah, Kozak, do not break your head open. That is hard to fix.
that could be dangerous. Careful.
Sick. I'm wondering what you could tell me about this this Lady Miriam you're all looking to meet soon.
Well, I don't know if we know
Good
really
question to ask,
too
actually.
much. Remind me, Mr. Thatcher, maybe did Lady Miriam give some sort of speech or some sort of benediction before the festival? Maybe we just caught a glimpse of her, but
That was right. I think right before it started, and she's kind of addressing the town. Other than that, we hadn't really spoken with her.
she seems to be a lady of some power, and she controls. Well, I say controls this town. She seems to have the most influence, is what we've heard. And yeah, if we can meet up with her, maybe she'll tell us she can help us find the little one. Among
I
other
think originally
connections.
too, we were also going to ask her about all sorts of things, like potentially your acquaintance with she who must not be named, and
Maybe
maybe
if you can find something about this Marn fella that seems to have a hold on
That's
on
the idea,
Zed.
yes.
Yeah.
I've
There's
never met
all
a
sorts of
single
avenues
person.
can be opened when we meet with some of the better citizens of a town,
I see.
There it
Well,
is.
I've met quite a few better citizens that may not have such as much money, but I'll leave it there.
And indeed, some of the better citizens turn out to be worse, don't they? Regardless of their wealth and influence, but
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
All right.
snarf, snarf, snarf. I'm eating.
So All right, so I guess we can pan the camera
Oh,
back over
snarf.
to unless Niavara want to do anything if she's coming back in, and because we got Cha and
More or less,
Niavara.
she would.
I was just saying Cha and Niavara.
More or less, she would. Why is my character's token like twisting?
Because she's so stealthy.
Because she's the lord of the dance.
You're doing backflips as you walk closer to John.
And nobody
She looks
notices.
straight up to me.
Niavara's acrobatics is not. Niavara's acrobatics says otherwise. Woohoo! Actually, wait, that's actually pretty high. I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, 15.
Yeah.
All right, well, you see Cha just now walking up to Hilga and Bulin.
Rafiki.
Yo, where did you come from? Gee, stop doing that. Gee, God.
But done it once to you, Cha. Rafiki. What have you done? Why didn't you just run after her? It was clearly the perfect setup for something romantic of a sort.
I did run after her. I ran right out the door. She was gone. She's those satyr legs of hers. She bounded off like a fawn. Gosh.
No, I actually don't think that fawns are particularly known for being very fast. However, I'll let it slide.
I'll granted, I'm super quick. But man, I looked around, I saw nothing. She was gone like the wind. It was stunning. So I'm asking these two if they can tell me where she likes to frequent, where she works. Would it be creepy to go to her house like in the middle of the night?
I mean, a touch, but like
Only I had a
maybe even
boombox.
rather than asking like where she lives, perhaps you could say like, hey, "Do you know where she is? I think I might have upset her. I don't want to crowd her, but could you pass on that I did not meet? It wasn't when she thought it was."
Hey, that's great. That's a great idea. Okay. And Cha's gonna like squeeze his eyes closed and be like, okay. And then he's gonna try to repeat exactly what Niavar said to the two here. I wanted her to know that what she saw was a mistake and it was a misunderstanding, and I'd like her to know that. Please.
All right. I don't know what happened, but I'm just here, just enjoying the fire. On top of a rug next to a fireplace. Probably the worst place for a rug, but you know, whatever.
Your head's right in front of a giant cannon. Doesn't that disturb you at all?
Nope.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, I think we're losing them.
And he's kind of looking at that guy and the wrestling woman there, saying it to both of them, like, "No, hey, I really like Sarah, and she saw me dancing with one of my teammates. I think she might have gotten the wrong idea. I just wanted to confirm that I like her and her alone." If you see her before I do, perhaps you could tell her to to look for me or to leave a message or something at the Lofty Highborn. That's where we're hanging out.
Hilga seems to just be, she doesn't really say much, but she's just kind of eyeing you with this very judging look. Like you are being tested in her eyes. She is a woman of
has like
few words.
an anime sweat bead on his forehead.
Yep, and just like in,
Wow.
in anime, it's kind of that eyes locking, narrow eyes, and the camera zooms in, and it's just that like, but she doesn't say anything.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening. And Cha will go back over and hang with his peeps.
Niavara
Thanks a
will
lot,
switch back to
Niavara.
one.
I really appreciate that. Did you sneak outside to try to look for her? Is that why you disappeared?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cha just smiles a big smile. He's like, right.
Cha, we
No,
have no idea what
I
you're talking about.
promise.
We never saw her
Yeah,
leave.
yeah. I just got up and I don't know what you're talking about. I've been here the whole time.
Oh yeah, totally. Yep. Just like Kozik here, just drinking your ale.
What? What's that?
You like
I
it,
mean,
huh?
Kozik.
These
Kozik
potatoes are
Has
can't.
anyone,
middling at best.
They should be for 10 gold pieces, for goodness' sake.
Huh.
So, has
Well,
anyone identified if this turkey is actually a humanoid of some kind? It is larger
don't
than
pay
any of our
attention.
bodies. Cha's gonna roll an insight check to see if this is a humanoid creature that we're all eating.
It is not.
Okay.
Definitely
I'm looking
distinct
at a
difference.
couple of wings and a couple of legs, so it's a good bet it's a bird.
No,
Could have
you
been
see,
an Arakokra.
you see a name tag fall out of it, and it just says Raul.
Oh God, that's so Rocky Horror Picture Show. Come on, can you imagine if we were eating Raul? Oh, classic. None of you are quite sure whether Cha would have just kept on eating it if it was a humanoid creature.
So, is there anything else y'all want to do here? Because pretty much it's relatively uneventful in here. It's just a bunch of adventurers and food and drink, and this place isn't nearly as low key as the other particular location, the shady establishment you went to before, i.e., the Flaming Horse.
Well, my friends, that's I think that's enough food and enough drink for me, and I wouldn't mind getting a good night's sleep
And enough drama potatoes.
and enough drama potatoes. I wasn't gonna say.
Drama. Sounds good to me. Let's head back. Thanks,
All right.
I hope I can get
barkeep.
a room there.
Crawl over the table.
Cha waves at the barkeep and is like, "Thanks a lot. Cool place."
Okay, so they're heading back to.
Hey, Sari, you should stay with us. We have a couple of rooms at the Hofty Liborn.
You got an extra one then?
Oh, we all sleep together.
I mean, technically speaking, I do sleep by myself.
Actually, we technically do have 2 rooms, and yeah, it's like only
One
Niavara
of
in
them
the other
has
one.
all the
We
guys.
always get 2 rooms, one for Niavara.
Well, I'll be fine to sleep in the room whatever you would need me to. I'll sleep in the room with everybody else.
You
Sleep
get the
like
choice,
a log.
probably.
We eventually get
That
to
would
the
be
point where everybody's on the
unconscionably
same. Sorry.
That would be
Oh.
unconsciously selfish of me to have and she counts.
Both of us?
All 5 of
Yes.
you sleep in one room
Yeah.
with only me in the other. That'd be insane. We could split it up half and half. No issues.
I can't say I wouldn't mind a real bed.
Oh, I never sleep on the bed. You can have the bed. I don't care. Who else wants the bed? You can all share the bed.
I'll
I
be
sleep on the
fine.
floor.
So what's Zed sleight of handing or attempting to?
Zed's attempting to steal the hat off the table right here.
Cool.
I love casual theft.
There's a mug on our table that is shaped like that's just a humanoid skull.
Yeah, it's very
Wow.
decorative.
Hey,
This
cool
map,
ass.
this map is classic, by the way. Love it.
So you notice that there's about 3 individuals sitting at the table. They're having a nice little conversation amongst themselves. They all seem to be human, and one of them just kind of has this nice hat that you were looking at. It's nice, you know, nice. What's it? Tricorn brimmed hat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he just took it off and put it on the table as you walked by. And
So you see,
just as you reach to
Zed
like
kinda-
grab it, he puts it back on his head.
Oh,
perfect. You see Zed get like picture Jack Sparrow. He's just kind of sees something. His eyes kind of widen a little bit, and his fingers start to kind of just shiver. He's like, "Ooh, I want that." And as soon as he's going to reach for it, the guy grabs it and puts it back on. And Zed kind of does one of those things that, you know, if you're making a funny face at someone and they look at you, and then you snap back to normal, like right before they see it. He just kind of snaps his arm back. He's like, "Hey, good day, nice hat."
I imagine you like your hand goes from reaching for the hat to like smoothing out your hair.
Right. He's kind of like pats the top of his head. Oh, yeah, nice hat there, fella. All right, time to go in.
It's one of those things
We'll
where
follow.
he didn't notice you do it, or like reaching for it. It's just the timing was, you know, just
It
that
was
awkward.
perfect.
Shaw gives Zed a wink for nice try.
He'll
I don't know.
like
Would you
do
have
like a
seen that,
very
though?
nonchalant just shrug.
What's Child's passive perception? Let's see.
His
Your passive perception is 15. Yeah, you would have
is-
seen it.
Let's see.
Oh, you have 50. Oh,
15. Yeah, that's right. Everybody in the room saw you try to steal the hat.
Right.
Oh, Opal doesn't. Opal's passive perception is terrible.
Does it?
I'm picturing it was like a
Classic.
very obvious attempt, but I didn't even get close, so no one's really batting an eye at it. And they're like, "All right, whatever."
It was so obvious they just thought you're a bit drunk and stumbled towards the door.
Right. This guy's trolling. Kozak, I see you over there.
He's gonna steal the totally not
He's
gonna
going
lie.
for the fucking banana again.
Of course.
At least this one's not at the bottom of a frozen tree that's sticking through a ship.
Oh my god.
Because-
Alternatively, he's actually going for the octopus.
Or maybe
I'm
those
so-
two horrifying dolls that are definitely beholders in disguise.
Like, banana, this must be complimentary, and I try to take that.
It must be.
I would never steal anything, but it's probably just on the house, so.
are you being stealthy about it or just grabbing it?
No, I just take it.
Okay. Now the bartenders or people next to you
Cool.
seem to really be like care. You have another banana,
Good.
but
Nice.
You
it
look
does
over
give me a
banana.
little perception real quick.
Okay.
Right. Everyone look around and make sure we're not being followed
Okay.
by any stuffed animals, because this is just too
Oh, right.
reminiscent.
A
Come on,
17
who
this
created those
banana-
things?
feels a little bit heavier than you'd expect it to. It's weird.
Oh no. Oh,
That is
no.
strange.
Why?
Dude was like, "Roll me a D100."
Yep.
The banana was secretly a pipe bomb in disguise.
Oh, much worse.
Your
Much,
obsession with
much
pipe bombs.
worse.
You're don't worry.
Banana has some sort of has quality to it.
Pipe
It's quite
bombs.
heavy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is the banana?
Do we all we're all watching Kozik do this, right?
I mean, he wasn't being
Yeah.
stealthy
What's
about it.
interesting about me picking up a banana?
My
Well,
God.
the fact that you everything that I just mentioned before.
Kozik, what happens when you take random tropical fruits?
Well, you get to share them with your friends eventually. All right.
Eventually.
This place is a high savanna. How could it even survive here?
This is the Feywild. This is it's a wild place out there. It's a wild, wild world.
It's
So
literally the name.
who knows what mysteries abound.
We know the mysteries. They're horrifying.
True, there are some dark and profound mysteries that we've stumbled across, but this banana seems okay, and I tuck it into my belt.
And since you're close to the counter when he takes it, Zed and Shaw, because of your passive perceptions, you can see a couple of people like chuckling as Kozik takes the banana. Like they clearly see him do it, and they just kind of there's like some kind of an inside joke that you guys aren't let in on.
Really is a pipe bomb, isn't it?
You see,
It's
it's
gonna
not
blow
just
up.
me anymore.
Middle of the sleeve, the middle of our sleeve is gonna just blow up.
Nah, you go to peel it and it explodes.
I'm gonna
Not so appealing anymore.
Yeah, yes.
I'm gonna insight check the people that are chuckling at Kozik.
Yeah, and since Chaw saw it too, you can do it with advantage. He's helping you. We're eyeballing those ones who saw and had some kind of inside joke.
All right, roll it again.
Oh, all right.
So a
Perfect.
13.
13.
Yeah, there seems to be some kind of an inside joke going on here, but you know, they're obviously not letting you in. It's
I
none
guess
of them seem like it's
Zed was more or
malicious.
less wondering. Okay, that's what I was wondering. Zed wanted to know if it was like going to be something malicious or just like a practical
Yeah,
joke.
right. Harmful or goofy.
It depends on your interpretation of whatever it is.
Well, I think we can handle it, Zed. We took
I
care of
will
that
say
teddy
this.
bear.
I will say this, OOC, and then possibly also in character. Well, I'll just say it in character to Cha, since we both noticed it and we know. But if something bad happens, we know
she
where to
wouldn't
come
notice.
back to, right?
You wouldn't have noticed
Oh
too
yeah,
far.
this place will burn.
I just picture us. I just picture both of us saying that to each other, just like so nonchalant.
It is heavily laden with wood. Yes.
You know what? Maybe I was a bit off with it being a pipe bomb. Maybe it's a gray ooze, and when you sleep in the night, it eats all of your stuff.
Oh,
You know,
that's
Opal, it's not
lovely.
too
Hey.
far from something else that Kozik did with a random
Stop
object
giving
that he picked up.
ideas.
Sorry.
Um,
It's a bad habit
but-
of mine to give my DMs horrible plans.
Right.
what was Niavara's interpretation
sure he
of
has
the events that's been
plenty
going
already.
on with her passive perception of 19?
Well, she's a little too far away for her. She's like 30 feet away. Through a
The
crowd.
beauty is that
Crap.
even if she found out, she wouldn't tell anybody else. So it's okay.
Didn't you say that banana was a little heavy?
It's very
30 feet. It's kind of
very
hard to see
stout
that.
banana, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, not heavy for the size, just heavy. Okay, because if it
Packed
was
with
heavy,
nutrients.
well, I mean, it'd be something that you'd want to open up. Maybe if it was feeling heavier than it ought.
That's way
Back
too far for her to see that. Yeah.
You folks are far too conspiratorially minded. I think we should just go back to the Lofty Highborn or wherever. Go out into the night here.
Well, you
Hey,
know,
Niavara,
Kozik.
Do you? Sorry,
Speaking
go
of
ahead.
things, you know, non-conspiratorially, there's another banana sitting on a like a little seating arrangement up there, with a couple
Ugh.
of delightfully non-terrifying dolls
Ah, not
just
the
left
dolls.
unattended.
That book, is that the Necronomicon sitting on the sofa?
There, I can't.
Okay. Neovar is in fact going to get on this side of them, short, tiny compared to
Oh.
Chaw and Zedran, and just be like, okay, you two will be picking him up and we will be leaving. I see where this is going. I don't know how our nobleman has a case of sticky fingers. And she glares at him like a common criminal. I can't believe this.
He has it for tropical fruit.
It's there for us. It's not theft. Let's go.
Like a thief.
I was not. I showed no stealth. I picked it up, and I'll
just
enjoy it later.
He's just fascinated by tropical phallic symbols. Okay.
Deep
Who
shaft.
isn't?
For his deep shaft, yes,
He's
yes,
a
I
deep
know.
shaft. Like, come on. They didn't get this name willy nilly.
Oh, I'm sure he did not.
Oh, even if his name was Willy Nilly, it still makes sense.
Willy nilly deep shaft. Kozik, we found it. We found the name for your future children.
Silly Willy.
Willie and
Willy and
Nilly,
Nilly.
and they're all deep
Willy and
shafts.
Nilly deep shaft.
William
Oh
and
my
I'm assuming
deep
at this
shaft.
point, Kozik has left the building.
It's
Well,
totally ignoring us. We're
may-
making all these jokes.
May the deep shaft line continue
my
for
goodness.
1,000 years.
You would totally say that.
He's just
I mean,
You'd say it
with the
totally
William and a deep
seriously.
shaft, I imagine it would.
a toast to the deepest shaft.
May
May
the
it never
deep
end.
shaft line continue for 1,000 years. That one's going in the quote book. Kozik quote book.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
for those that don't know that are watching, we're gonna have merch after this, and one of them's gonna be a Kozik quote book.
Oh man, it'd be so good. We need an audiobook of him saying
just a
these
chap-
lines.
a
'Cause
chap
nobody
book.
else can do it.
A thin volume.
I'd have to go through so many VODs to find the like 3 to 5 second quips.
It would be, yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea. Gosh.
Let AI do that. Let
The
AI
Koz-
be subjected to that.
I'll title
I
it the
would happily do
the
that.
Kozik Pendium.
Ooh, there we go.
Ooh.
The Necrokozicon.
Necrokozik.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Hey, that
You
would be
guys-
fun to go back through all these episodes when we're all
Yeah.
done and create a bunch of clips.
alright, so you guys exit the
Right.
missing no. Well, you know,
It's
sated.
nighttime, right?
It is definitely nighttime. It is late at night because y'all
Okay.
were dancing, and it was already kind of nighttime when you headed here, and then you were dancing and discussing and drinking and eating. It's pretty damn late.
All right, we'll probably. Sorry was saying they wanted to get some sleep as well, and I think it's late and we got room, so we'll just probably head over to the Lofty Highborn, I guess.
Sleeping time.
All right.
Let me grab my pack. I'm ready to go.
So, you all mosey on back over to ye old Lofty Highborn. Yeah. And as usual, doorman doing doorman things as doormen do.
Kozik, you got to make your entrance, buddy.
I think that let's let the people just relax. We don't need to cause a scene.
I
As-
imagine they
as
don't listen
Kozik's-
because Chaw let Sarah
As
run off
Kozik's-
alone.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Sorry.
As Kozik is saying that, I picture Zed, because we've had a couple drinks, all of us are probably like maybe a little bit buzzed or something. Zed,
Oh, yeah.
like, does this big, very conspicuous, entrance and like has this huge bow, and then gestures toward the door as if to like present Kozik's entrance.
I mean, I won't let that gesture, go go unused or what. So I will stride regally into the room, but there's no need for fanfare.
Kozik walking in and doing like the parade wave
Right.
to everyone in the room.
That little back and forth, just waving my hand.
The queen wave.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
And you definitely see that it's died down a good bit tonight, especially considering the time. Even the late nighters have filtered out for the most part.
Good day, everybody. That was a good day.
And a
Does Zed see
banana.
Tiffany?
Yeah, she's just she's like restocking the wine rack behind her, and being an individual that could fly, it's very easy.
Zed's gonna try and sneak up on her and scare her. But like, in a friendly way.
Let me do a DM roll.
Fireball.
Okay.
Yes. The classic prank.
Oh,
Rude
nice.
fireball.
I like the private roll. That's cool.
That's a little disconcerting.
So
She's the beholder.
Oh, Jesus.
so you go up to the counter. She doesn't seem to
Yeah.
notice you.
All right, so he'll go up to the counter and just kind of be like, "Hey, how are you, Tiffany?"
She looks like she's just about to put a bottle in one of the cubbies, and you just kind of come out of nowhere and say, "Hey!" And she drops it, but it doesn't hit the floor. She catches it with her foot.
Oh, I was gonna say
Oh,
if
nice catch.
if she didn't catch it, I was gonna try and mage hand it before it got to the floor.
Hey, cool.
Oh, sorry about that. I was just trying to. Well, I guess I did startle you. I didn't mean for all that to happen. Nice catch, though.
It's like perfectly all right. Like, don't worry about it. Nothing happened. I caught it anyway. I'm so dexterous. Look at me go. And she flutters back and
are.
forth and like flexes a little bit.
Zed's gonna kind of lean in and, hey, Tiffany, you happen to know where Sarah might be? Maybe where she works, or maybe where we might be able to find her in the morning. My friend Chaw. Well, we were over at the Miss and No, and we were having a bit of drinks, and there was some dancing. And Sarah walked in, and I think she might have thought that Chaw was dancing with someone else, but it was just kind of bad timing. So he really wants to speak with her.
I mean, like, I totally know where she works, and I totally know where she lives. I know both of those because I'm so cool. I love people. They're so awesome.
Well, I knew who to ask, obviously. You know everything around here. So maybe we could pop by here in the morning and you could point us in the right direction.
Yeah, like, I can totally do that for you. Like, no problem.
Thank you, Miss Tiffany. Well,
And she winks
I'll
at
leave
you.
to it. I'll leave you to it. We'll probably go up to our rooms and get some sleep, but I'll see you in the morning.
I'll totally be here because it's, I got to restock things.
Zed will wink back and then he'll kind of, mosey on over to the group.
I was like, are you gonna stay with her tonight?
Well, no, probably not, but I appreciate you thinking about me. I was actually asking her if she knew where we could find Sarah in the morning,
I
and
get
she
used to the
said,
alignment
and
of
I quote,
this.
"I can."
She said, "I can," without saying totally?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, she said a lot of totallys. I
Okay,
can't
got it.
really.
Oof.
Anyway, so apparently we'll just
Hey,
meet her
thanks,
up tomorrow
Zed.
in the morning.
That's so cool. Okay.
Absolutely.
It would be totally fine if you wanted to spend the night with her, you know.
Like totally.
Like, totally.
All right. All right. Enough.
I did hear her say something about being very dexterous.
Mm-hmm.
Hint, hint.
Nudge, nudge.
Drama potato. Drama potato.
Trauma potatoes.
Potatoes.
I
Is it
gotta
more
write
of a
that down.
trauma mashed potatoes at this point?
Drama potatoes. There is some trauma sneaking on in here. You're into
There
our
is.
pregnant
Trauma
pause.
burger?
Trauma burger.
So
All right. Sorry, this is the Hofty Lieborn, as we like to call it, jokingly. The fanciest
Mistakenly.
establishment that we have seen in our travels together.
I don't think that's
Yeah,
true.
well, I feel like anything with a bed is gonna be perfect. I'm gonna be so happy to lay my bones down. And that was a nice drink and a nice feast. And I'm sorry about your friend Sarah for misunderstanding what was happening. But I tell you all, I've got to get myself some sleep now.
Oh, we'll work it all out. All right.
Hey, I tell you what, before we all split off and go to sleep, that little coin that you got, Kozik. Sorry, why don't you use that for
Oh,
a meal in the
yeah.
morning?
Good idea.
Yeah, we'd better figure that out.
Coin.
The coin that used to be the ring? Yes.
Oh no, so we have a
No, it's
coin
separate.
that you can create a feast, like a massive feast
once
once
a
a
day.
day
That's
of
right.
anything you can imagine.
So we've
And
all
we
been
can
using
take
that.
turns.
We've been passing it around and like getting meals from kind of like where we're all from, basically.
That's
So
Across the
right.
plains.
Okay.
yeah, it's been like a cool way for all of us to experience each other's cultures and things like that.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to that breakfast.
momentary lag. Hold on.
Who's gonna use it? What culture are we looking forward to?
Yours.
You're gonna
of
use it.
course.
Oh, I'm using it.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
then.
that's the point.
That's why we're giving it to you.
All right then. Well, that'll be good fun. Okay, thank you.
Hey,
We'll
you go.
get to
So
find
think,
whatever your
think-
culture is, or yeah.
think about all the types of food that we're gonna have in the morning while we're all asleep, and I guess we'll see you all then.
Discord lagging too. I am only slightly lagging. Uh-oh.
Mhm. I already said that it was fine. It's a double I bought for me and my brother, forgetting that he's no longer traveling with us.
Understood. I'll just sleep on the floor.
Uh,
Sorry, can I have to get half the bed?
Oh, I missed a little bit of that.
A double is 2 beds.
Yes.
Oh, did you
Yes.
cut
I
out?
can take the other
My
bed.
my Discord disconnected for a second there.
We were just deciding the sleeping arrangements.
Okay.
Was Sorry gonna sleep in our room as well?
Well, that sounds fine. That sounds great. Wait, you said there were 2 beds in your room.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be fine on the floor. There's no.
No, it's all right.
Ted?
Shaw already offered me the bed in the other room, so if nobody else
It
wants
is,
that bed,
Opal,
But they already have 3 people in theirs.
That's a good point. All right, then I'm coming with you. Thank you so much.
you may have the other bed. I will be perfectly fine.
Listen, Opal, that's so kind of you. And on another night, I'm going to give you the best bed you've ever slept in. But I tell you, I've just been sleeping outside for so long. I was looking forward to a bed. So I thank you very kindly.
Of course, I can relate. I had to spend a couple of days inside of the dungeon they found.
Oh, my goodness, that's right. Listen, Opal, I want you to take that bed, please.
No,
I'm perfectly fine on the floor. I think you should have the bed. I forgot you'd been in that dungeon, and you need to sleep on that bed tonight. I won't hear another word about it. In the bed you go.
the moment the doors
There are
open, Opal is going to the furthest wall and sitting down against the wall and sleeping.
Well, what are you gonna do?
There will be no bed giving to Opal. She will be fine.
that was
There, do not.
quite the valiant
It's an
effort.
insult.
Sorry.
It's an insult in her culture to offer a bed so generously.
Well,
You have to
keep
do
that
it.
in mind.
You have to demand it and do it aggressively, or else it's an insult.
Don't worry. It's sure. Yes, that can be official Opal.
Do a private
lore.
roll here.
Official with air quotes and spelled in a couple of different fonts.
Okay.
Once we get up to the privacy of the bedchamber there, I want to see
Thank you.
if we can tell how much money is in the I'm blanking
Mimic.
right now.
The mimic.
The
The mimic.
mimic
bag.
yeah.
That's perfect, because Cha was gonna ask the same thing. He wasn't just gonna do that. He was gonna like ask if there was anything else inside of it.
Yeah, we need to
Other than
explore
money.
this bag.
Yeah.
That's my proposal.
So I could
So Cha,
picture the three of us. It's like guys' night, and we're
Yeah,
like, what
totally.
do you want to do? I don't know. Let's
Yeah,
look in this bag
let's
of
stick
holding.
our
we got,
hands
dude.
inside of this thing's
Hey.
mouth,
You think Kozik could fit in there, bro?
dude. Let's find out.
Are we allowed to have beers up in here? Or shh, quiet, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's what the
snuck some
boys
bottles
don't
in my
tell
bag, you
everybody.
guys. Here we go.
The moment they all get out of sight of everybody else, they put on entirely different accents.
I also have a little datura DMT here if anybody wants to get real crazy.
Oh, sorry, it's gonna be sad she missed that.
It'll be
So,
fine. There will be other
You
days.
have spent. How much have you spent on that?
On the chess piece.
Let's see, we did
I
like
remember.
400, I think, for the
400.
breastplate, right?
Yeah,
So,
and then I
the
believe
guys took out some handfuls.
wasn't there like 120 purchase somewhere?
okay,
Oh,
I gotta do the
it's
math
a
here.
bottle of healing. Yeah,
Ah.
potions of healing.
Oh yeah, I paid for 2 minor bottles of healing at least.
And then I think Zed and Kozik maybe
Minus-
took a couple handfuls worth. That's all I remember.
Yeah, Zed's reached in there and just knew that there was coin in there, but I don't think he actually took any.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Okay. That should be.
Man, those guys were so generous to just give us this thing filled with stuff. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's not
Man,
like
that
you
was a
freed them
crazy
from oppression
adventure.
or anything.
Gosh. That was one of the coolest jobs we've ever done, you guys. My goodness. We freed a whole town from magical enslavement.
Okay. So it has that much left. So you count the gold that's in there, and of the remaining balance of its original, there is currently 1,280 gold.
Okay.
Let's say, do I even have? Is there some sort of like preset thing for what this is, or do I just have to? Because I don't even have it technically in my inventory. This
So,
this crazy
Oh,
pouch.
the
so,
mimic.
yeah.
so it's essentially a bag of holding, but just
Oh,
mechanically,
okay.
it's a bag of holding.
Bag of
I'll,
holding
I'll-
with benefits.
I'll create that here in a second, but
Yeah,
I will
you
make
could
note of-
import it in.
Yeah, I will do that when I have a free moment here. Meantime, say 1280.
Yep.
And Cha wanted to specifically sit and imagine different weapons and see if they pop into his hand or not when he thinks of them. All kinds.
Oh, dude. So
Hand,
this is what we're gonna do all
handbows,
night.
crossbows. Yeah, like
We're
this
gonna
is
just
this.
be reaching in and just being like, oh, wait, dude, do
Yeah.
this one, do this, do like like a wagon wheel. You think there's a wagon wheel in there? Like it's just
Well,
gonna
Let's
be the
try
most
it.
random things.
Well, I mean, if you do that, you'd probably end up suffering exhaustion from doing that all night.
That's true.
I know. It would be
We'll
fun.
we'll
though.
think we'll plan to do it all night, but probably pass out after an hour.
Yeah. Like 10 minutes later, we're all just snoring.
Start snoring.
Kozak just falls asleep with his arm inside the mimic's mouth.
It starts
I
chewing.
Yeah, right.
So it's a mimic. So I picture the mimic is like asleep as well.
It's like, come
Just like
on, you
tongue out.
guys.
Its horrific tongue
sleeping.
is just lolling out there. It's like,
Drool all up and down Kozak's arm.
wow.
Like the ladies walk in the morning and they're like, "Ah, partied too hard, didn't you?"
Oh my god.
I'm
You guys
not.
pulled out the datura, didn't you?
I'm not
Yeah.
using any healing spells to fix this problem.
So yeah, Chow wanted to
Testing out
look and
another
see if there were
decaf.
any staff, if there was a quarterstaff, if there were bows, if there were swords, if there were axes, like things that the group could use if any of those things come out. Daggers, long swords, anything.
Nope.
No weapons come out. Okay.
You find a wagon wheel. Congratulations.
Now what? Yeah.
I know for sure there's a tiny lawn chair in there that I shoved in earlier.
Yep.
That's right.
Is there maybe a baby gym dragon in there?
Oh,
Hey, Chaw's gonna do it. He's gonna stick his hand in there and imagine little one.
Nope. No baby dragons in a pocket
Worth a shot.
dimension with no air.
It was worth a shot. That would have been. Oh, that would have been awful. Never
Wouldn't
mind.
that been great and horrible.
You do pull it out
God.
the body.
So a
Yeah.
dragon would die in space.
A gem
gotta
dragon,
breathe.
do they have to breathe? They have to
No?
breathe still. huh?
Wait,
Gem
no,
dragons have
Oh,
to breathe?
I didn't see that.
Oh, you don't know that.
I mean, referring to a previous session, friend, I
Mhm.
believe, character in question got in contact with his crew, his original crew, who were hunting gym dragons out in space, or who were dealing with gym dragons out in space.
They were dealing with
Yes.
something else in
They were dealing-
space.
But they also said they had seen gym dragons.
Well, we definitely dealt with a mist dragon, which may or may not be the parent of little one.
I love committing familial murder in front of children. Joking. Totally joking.
With a pipe bomb, because that's your MO.
No, I wasn't going to bring it up.
Pipe bomb.
You brought that one up.
Because I knew you were going to. Because you already said you were
I
going to.
wasn't going to.
It's okay. You don't really find any weapons in there.
Okay. How about healing potions?
Nope.
What would mimics think that us humanoids would actually care about?
Well, there was a considerable amount of gold in there.
Right?
Beyond that, maybe there is nothing else but what we choose to put in it.
Okay. Okay. Hey, that's fine. That was very generous of them. We gave them that money to restart the town, and look how much they shared.
For the moment, I guess we should just keep that gold as community property, I guess.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll divide it up amongst everybody at a later date if it seems appropriate.
I don't mind. I don't really like carrying a heavy purse.
So,
I mean, I don't care to carry a heavy purse.
of course you do. You totally do. Don't lie to yourself. You love purses.
Man bag.
Is
And
that
a fanny
speaking in
pack.
my brain? Kozik, did you
Totally.
just say man bag?
I did. Is that what you mean?
I was speechless.
Probably due to, lack of rest. Anyway, you have spent quite a bit of time going through the list of every single weapon you can possibly conceive in your head to try and pull it out of the bag. And whoever was holding the chest has probably even dozed off a couple of times. Meanwhile, the chest stands there with no concern whatsoever to needing sleep at all.
You're so cool, Baggy. Thank you for all of your gifts. Child's gonna fall asleep with the mimic in his arms.
Uh,
We get a long rest.
yes, you do.
Right.
Not that I necessarily, I don't know what we actually expended, but it's good to get one in.
Mhm. It's good to swap out spells.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
Do I
Okay.
want to reallocate any spells?
Usually when you level up.
Neavara is
Uh,
nabbing augury.
Did you just say we level up?
No, I was saying when you level up, you get to swap spells out,
Oh.
usually.
I think, yeah, for Warlock, it says that I can only kind of swap my list at the
Right.
level stage, which is a little fun, but okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah. Some,
However,
clerics get to prep their spells every time
Every
because they know
darn
they're.
day.
Right.
I think as a
That's cool.
paladin,
Yeah,
I
the
get
whole
to do
list.
that too.
I think so.
Yeah, as a
Nice.
I
paladin,
think
I
we
get to
know
do
our
that.
whole list.
Meditation.
We just have to pick which ones that we actually have prepared. Which always sucks.
or you just have
Yeah,
a
that's
standard
annoying.
few that
Yeah,
you
because you're
do
like
every day.
guessing what
Oh.
might happen.
Artificers also prepare spells like clerics. So do it daily.
However,
Sorry,
throughout the evening,
if you have a button on your
yeah,
player sheet where you can do a long rest. Do you see that?
I don't think she used anything though.
Okay,
Well, just to practice it.
so go over to my player sheet.
More than one suit of armor.
Underneath
Oh,
hit
what's
dice.
that?
Right, yeah, right underneath hit dice, which is next to your hit points. You see
Okay,
S rest and
I'd
L
equip that.
rest.
got it.
So S rest is a short rest, which is just like an hour. A long rest is a
Okay.
full night. So you click on that, and then it'll
Okay,
reset all of your consumables, like spells and stuff,
okay,
automatically.
great.
Also,
Thank you.
DM, I'm just going to change one spell from Expeditious Retreat to Detect Magic.
Oh, that's a shame. You probably would have really needed that expeditious retreat. Anyway, so throughout the night,
Amazing.
Well, you best be listening to that.
so throughout the evening, Zed You have a restless night. It's been a long day. You've been stressed. You've been slightly buzzed. You've been through, I mean, I guess the best you could describe is hell and back, especially going into that area and the whole situation. And as per my super top secret DM role, Zed is the first one to wake up. But you don't
Great
wake
big
up in
pause.
the room. Yep. I gave it a nice dramatic drama potato pause. You don't wake up in the room you went to sleep in. You're in that long hallway again. This time, the darkness is not completely enshrouding you. But there's a very familiar humming. An individual that you have at this point grown to loathe oh so much. And the darkness slowly creeps away from you, like tendrils of shadows retracting away from you. And you are in that hallway again. You're in the boat. You're in the Ashen Wake. The doors to your right, portholes to your left, and down the hallway, that's that same door again. It's almost like a, how to describe it? It's almost like a metal door, like, you know, when you watch those movies and there's like insane asylums and they're keeping the most dangerous criminal prisoner inside. It's one of those like locked doors with like one of those like bars where like, yeah, you slide to the side and like peek in, like one of those doors. All the other doors are just like wooden. They're just like wooden ship doors.
The door that you're describing, as far as the way you're describing it, would I be on the quote unquote inside of that door or on the outside? If you understand what I mean.
You're on the outside walking, looking towards it,
Okay.
as if to say it's on the
Um,
end of this hallway.
So I'm assuming Zed, like, he was asleep, so he's laying on the ground, and he's gonna, groggily kind of open his eyes, and you didn't describe this, but I don't know if it is the ship like rocking like a ship would normally do.
Yeah, you can at least hear like the creaks of the planks,
Creaks and all right.
and you don't really feel like you're swaying though.
Okay, so there's these familiar sounds and the feel of the wood and the planks and things that he's laying on. He's slept all over this ship, so kind of groggily opens his eyes and does a bit of a stretch, and then immediately realizes where he is, and he pauses for a sec. He will glance behind him, and then he realizes the hallway that he's in, and he's kind of furl his brow, and he's just gonna focus on the door at the end of the hall, and he's gonna spring up fairly quickly and just start running toward that door, just completely ignoring all these other doors that he's passing.
All four
Um,
of them, because
Yeah.
it's exactly four, so you know.
Okay. So he'll get to the door, and it's, I mean, he's running. Picture he just kind of like runs up against the door. He's got his hands on the door, and he's trying to peer through this opening. And I'm assuming that there's a lock on the door.
Oh yeah, several bolts, several locking mechanisms.
So
It
he's
is as if
gonna
this is barred, not necessarily to keep, you know, it seems like it's definitely intended to keep someone in there.
Can I see anything through the little window on the door, I guess?
From the window to the door. So you go to try and slide it, and it's stuck.
Hmm. He's gonna like when it's stuck, he's just out of frustration. He'll just gonna make a fist and just bang the door. He's gonna kind of sigh and he'll reach down and try and open the door.
It does not seem to respond to you attempting to open it.
Fuck. All right.
And in your frustration, there's that cackle again. The cackle of a man who you absolutely loathe. But it
Zed's
just
gonna look
echoes
around
throughout
and
the
see if he
hallway.
can see him anywhere.
That's just echoing through the hallway. Nope. Just you, these doors, and a hallway.
All right. So before trying to unlock this door, Zed's gonna turn around and go back to the door nearest to him, and see if that is at least unlocked.
It seems unlocked, but it also seems cold. Unusually cold.
I think Zed's just gonna think to himself, I hate these games. He'll walk to the next door. He's gonna check the doorknob on the next door just to see if there's any difference.
This one is also cold, just unusually chilling.
But they're similar.
Yes.
He's gonna keep going and check the next one without opening them, mind you. But he's just kind of seeing if it feels with his, experience with picking locks and things like that. I feel like he'd be able to tell something would open without actually trying to push the door in.
Mm-hmm. They all have the same property. Chillingly cold.
But I didn't get that sensation when I grabbed the handle of that big metal door.
Nope.
Hmm. What do I see outside of the portholes? Do I see anything?
I am glad you asked. So you go look out of the porthole. There is. It's not space. It's not the ocean. It's a strange in-between. It's dark, but it kind of feels like perhaps you're in some kind of very, very deep water or something. Because you can kind of see like a little bit of maybe like movement here and there, but as an individual with no dark vision or anything like that, you can't really tell.
All right. Zed's gonna go back over to the big metal door and attempt to start picking some of those locks.
It's interesting that you do so, because the moment you reach for your tools, you realize you don't have any of your things on you. No backpack, no equipment. It's just
Put his
you
hand down
and clothes.
He'll reach into to his jacket in the pocket that he typically has his thieves' tools, and it's just bare. And then he's gonna start patting himself down and realize that he just has nothing. He's just got clothes on and.
So as you
Right.
pat yourself down, because you didn't have your backpack or anything like that. There are two things that you do feel still on you. Want to know what those two things are?
I'm curious. Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Well, actually, no. Three things. So, one is. Wait, I gotta make sure. Did you get one of those? I know somebody had it. Okay. So, one of those things is one of those scales that you found in the laboratory. Another one of those things is a small piece of amethyst that you have grown to know so well. And the other thing that is probably the strangest and stands out the most is that raven coin.
Hmm.
Wait, what were the other two things?
Two scales of differing color.
Which so is it the other dragon shard that we found?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So one amethyst shard, one I think it was like it was almost white or like kind of that slightly see-through crystal color
Yup.
shard, and then my silver raven coin, which I've basically had this whole time and not really made a big deal about. No one, I don't even know if anyone in the group knows that I have this. So first and foremost, realizing that he's got these things, he's gonna pull out his raven coin and kind of customarily, as he will do while it's in his pocket from time to time, he's got it clutched between his index finger and his thumb, and he's just kind of rubbing this fairly worn coin from doing this so often. And he's just sitting here and he's thinking. He's kind of almost kind of playing with his beard with his other hand, and he's going to put the coin back in his pocket, and he's going to open the closest door to the big metal door.
Door numbered 1 or 4, depending on your perspective. So you put your hand on this chillingly cold door handle, and it creaks open. And we'll end session there. Yay! No, just kidding.
No.
And the second the door cracks open, just even a little bit, there's this mist, this fog, this sort of haze that begins to slowly creep out, like the room, like almost like you're opening a freezer. It's kind of like this chill, this cold mist just seeping out. And as you completely open this room up, it opens up to a space that is much larger than it should be, much larger than it makes any sense being here. Off in the distance, you see a large rock and a shipwreck. And you
Do I
recognize that ship.
the ship?
Yes. That's the Ashen
Ooh,
Wake.
that was eerie. Timing, your vocal timing was perfectly in sync.
What was
That's
the ship
the
called?
Ashen Wake. It lies destroyed, mangled, parts of it sunk beneath the waves. And the only thing between you and this vessel is water.
Zed's gonna shut his eyes, but like, have you ever seen someone close their eyes like really really tight? In the sense of just and he's gonna almost shake his head slightly, as if to be like, this isn't real. And he's gonna open his eyes again, and I'm assuming he's still gonna be there, seeing the same thing.
Nope, something different when you shut your eyes. At that point, the view that you have goes from, the surface level, because, there's some rocks. Maybe the Ashen Awake ran into them or got forced into them. You don't really know. It's just a ship that's very much not a ship anymore. But when you blink, you see what appears to be the body of an individual floating in the distance. Kind of hard to make out from this distance. But it's face down and just lifeless.
Is it just, as far as the water, is it just like a drop off, or is it almost like a beach sort of sense where I can kind of like wade in toward the body?
It is door and then immediately water all around. Like the water's at the exact same level as where your feet are, but the threshold is not being breached by water.
Okay. I think Zed's gonna be very confused. He's gonna leave the door open and he's gonna go open the next door. The next
Door number
closest.
2. So you open that door. It opens up into a vast, expanding graveyard that goes off into the distance. And just like before, this sort of chilling mist seeps out from beneath. Like being in the middle of a graveyard on a foggy night, or in like the morning, the moonlight just barely shining.
Has Zed been there before?
Give me a history.
I don't think I've ever rolled history. Hey, there we go.
Nice.
You
Nice.
absolutely have been here. This is where
yeah.
you've had to go to bury some of your colleagues before. Way back on the, as you call it, the material plane. Because, the life of a quote-unquote inspector on these vessels can be hazardous to health.
Mm-hmm. How far apart are these doors? That the two that I just opened?
Roughly 7 to 10 feet.
Okay, so like they're like cabins width, like just a normal room.
Cabin doors that should open up into rooms, but open up into something much larger.
Zed will go back over to the first door and glance out and see if it's still the same view.
It's different. It's much closer to that body, almost to the point where you could almost reach out and pull it towards you.
With that being said, then Zed, oh shit, he's just instinctively he's gonna try and reach back to his pack and realize that it's not there anymore. Gonna sigh and
Oh yeah, also with that history, I can give you something else. You do recall a saying that rings in your mind. Something very recently heard. The key to the mind unlocks the door to madness.
I think Zed will take a couple steps back and he'll just be kind of like reciting that over in his head, and then he will go over to the next door and swing that one open.
So door 3.
Yep.
In here, you see what appears to be, and it opens up into like a sort of a field, but it looks like this field has been decimated and desecrated by corpses and battle, and your eyes immediately focus in on a pretty sizable looking draconic entity, almost as large as a mountain. And it seems to be laying there restless, or laying there, not restless, gravely wounded.
Does it notice me?
No. You can just kind of see its body, and it's coiled up, and it's got cuts and wounds all over it. And for just a minute, you feel like, actually, give me an insight. And while you're doing that, you also are very much aware that this thing is fucking huge. This is, yeah, it's huge. Insight. It doesn't seem hostile, but you also can't see its face as it's coiled on itself, laying there. You can see the heaving of its body as it's breathing heavily, and these corpses look very fresh, like it just finished dealing with maybe an entire army.
You said that this door kind of leads out to a field, so there's just ground there.
Yep.
Zed's gonna try and tap the ground just with his foot, just to see if there's anything even there.
It is as if you're walking on solid ground.
Is there another door in this hallway to be opened besides the big metal one, or was there just 3?
There's 4.
All right.
There's 4 in the middle.
All right. So Zed'll go back and open the 4th door.
And give me a quick perception as you're making your way over there. .22 is pretty good.
Nice.
You begin to notice around the door frame, there is definitely the mist that seems to be coming from each and every one of these doors seems to emanate more from around the door frame than inside. And you can see a bit of it just slowly creeping towards the door you're walking to. And you look back, and you kind of realize that that all of these things, all the like little tendrils of mist have connected from door to door to door. And as you walk forward, it's almost like it's following you.
So Zed's noticing this, he's gonna keep an eye on it, and he's gonna slow down, but he'll continue to walk toward the door, and he's gonna be focused on this like tendril, as you're describing it, that's making its way toward. He's gonna stare at that as he slowly reaches for the doorknob. He's gonna grab the doorknob.
And it swings open. The view is that of that mountaintop you were on. The vessel in which you found little one in. It's slightly off in the distance, but it is in one piece. And this time, you are definitely out in wild space. And you see this vessel, right? Obviously in its non-destroyed half of a ship with a tree sticking out of it and ratty condition scenario. But this one is almost like a playback as you observe another vessel. They have begun to engage in combat. And you know, there's definitely an exchange. There's like boarding actions. They fly next to each other. There's a couple of ramming actions where they just try and take each other out. There's a couple of attempts to harpoon to, you know, make basically to be able to maintain boarding actions. But at the end of the day, this one vessel, the one that you recall as the one your amethyst dragon friend was in, it has way too many holes and it is forced to disengage. And at the helm of this other vessel, you see a very familiar face. That, standing there, is Maximilian Voldemort. Ha ha! Take that! But of course, he
That's-
is not the captain. The actual captain is someone else. But you can't really make out that feature because you're so focused on Maximilian being there.
Zed's gonna realize that he's got an arm extended toward the other ship that's trying to escape, and he'll clasp his hand together and kind of pull his hand back.
Cloud air.
You know, focus on Maximilian, and just kind of slightly shake his head. He's gonna he's gonna look back toward the metal door. And has anything else around him in this hallway changed?
Nope. It remains the same.
At this point, after noticing the tendrils of these, you know, kind of misty wisps, I guess, connecting, he's gonna walk back to the metal door, and he's gonna grab the handle of the metal door.
Mm-hmm. It's still there.
Is there a connection now between all the doors?
There is not. Oh, the four of them, yes. Not to this one.
So it didn't follow over here. He's gonna try and open it again just to see.
It remains locked. And then another cackle. If you want to save the little one, your time is running out. And then you are
your
snapped back to
problem is-
reality.
Okay. I guess as soon as Zed was thinking about what he was gonna say, he just wakes back up in the room.
I mean, if you want to say it real quick, that's fine too.
No.
Okay.
It was because it would have probably just kept conversation going potentially. But anyway, I'm assuming that Kozik and Cha are still asleep, and Zed, he doesn't even realize that he's being, you know, like disrespectful in this way. But he's just gonna pound the floor and, "God damn it!" And I'm assuming waking up Kozik and Cha.
Oh yeah. Oh, what? Hey, what?
Wait.
Are you killing? Are you
Wait.
killing? Are you dead? Are you good?
Or
He's gonna look over and, "Hey, sorry, it happened again. Felt like I didn't fucking sleep a wink. Apparently
Didn't
my
stick
time's
your head into the mimic, did you?
No, I fucking
Oh,
hope
good.
not. I had another sort of vision and dream, and Marn was fucking toying with me again, and I'm seeing all these images of things that I don't know if I experienced them before, but they're definitely important things that have affected either myself or people that are close to me. And then all of a sudden, right before I woke up, I just heard, "If you want the little one, your time is running out." And now I'm fucking here and I can't do anything about it. And he's gonna kind of like like hit the floor again.
Chaw gets
Well-
real serious and kind of sidles over right next to Zed. Tell us everything, Zed.
So I think to spare
Yeah.
everyone from hearing the same thing twice, he's gonna explain in detail just the hallway, what he saw outside the portholes, the door, what he saw through all the doors, just all of everything that happened from kind of start to finish. And then I woke up and I'm here.
Incentive for them to meet with Miriam.
Well, it sounds like the sooner that we can talk to Lady Miriam, and maybe her magic friends, then sooner the better.
This guy keeps
Right.
fucking with us, though. It's like he wants us to look, but it's egging us on.
Well, the
Who
scryers
was
might be able
who was
to.
the bod? Who is the body floating? Did you recognize it?
Honestly,
It's that body.
honestly, I was afraid to look because part of me, for whatever reason, part of me thought that it might have been my cam, and I refuse to believe. I refuse to believe that. So
Well, these visions, they're given to you by Marn, right? Like, he's controlling the whole fucking thing. So what
it
does
seems
that
as
mean
so.
with the dragon? So you saw a flashback of the battle that we saw the result of, where we found Little One. We saw Max fighting.
Aye,
Okay.
but he wasn't a captain, and he was still as
Cha
excitable as ever. But
Cha kind of bites his lip a little bit because Cha knows practically everything about Max, but hasn't told anyone. He's just said one thing to Niavara, but hasn't shared anything
oh, that's
else.
right. I forgot about that.
And so Cha's like, he's like weighing whether he should say anything because he wants to respect Max's privacy as well. But he can think on that. But he's like, what about that big wounded dragon? What was that? Was that? Do you recognize it? Did it look like Little One somehow? Was it their parent or?
So, well, so it was odd. It was right after I saw the ship that we ran into fleeing. And wait, did I just mix that up? Was it before or after? I saw the
Say that
ship
again.
first, and then I saw the dragon coiled up.
Dragon coil and ship. That was the order you
Right.
went in.
I'm not sure. The only thing that I've seen that's even close to being that big is quite possibly that frozen skeleton.
Oh,
But that was laid out under ice. This was pretty gravely wounded, but he
did
was
it have a sword
coiled up and
sticking
just
out of
laying
it?
there. No,
Did it
it
have
just
the
looked like a
sword,
big
like-
fucking mountain,
Wow.
and there was carnage everywhere.
So you saw a graveyard that you knew, with friends that you buried there. You saw a body floating in water. You saw the battle that we saw the result of. You saw a massive dragon on a battlefield. Now this is all from Marn, right? So what is his goal in giving you these visions? He's laughing at you. He said he was cackling in the background.
I kept hearing it, and I plugging my ears seemingly didn't even help. And you bring up that Marn's giving me these visions, and now I've not really ever thought about it, but it dawns on me, like, why would Marn even know about some of these things? certain things that have no connection with me. I didn't know Max before we met him.
If he figures it out.
Well, look at this guy's MO, okay? He knows that you care for little one. He stole him from you. And now he's trying to goad you into finding him? Like, what the fuck? He's the one who's put little one in danger. He's the one who has the time limit on how long it little one has. It's like he's trying to goad all of us into a fight or something or a trap.
If it's a fight he wants, he just got to show himself, but you won't.
He's had it out for you all along. Took something and he's like rubbing it in your face. Gosh, it's so much.
As we're having this conversation, it's going to dawn on Zed. He's going to check his pockets.
Mm-hmm. What are you looking for?
The 3 things that I had with me in the vision, do I still have them?
Yes, you do.
Okay. So you'll see Zed kind of pat himself down, and then just like this is the first time this morning that you've seen him have any sort of positive facial expression. He'll have a sigh. Ah. Aye, all right. They're not gone. He's gonna kind of nudge Cha and Kozik and be like, all right, I tell you what, let's go do what we said we were gonna do. You got to have a conversation there with Sarah.
Yes.
Let's go get the ladies and maybe get some breakfast, and at least I can explain to them what all happened.
So who was in the other
Yes.
room?
You should get their perspective.
It was Niavara and sorry?
Opal and sorry.
Opal and sorry.
Opal and sorry. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you two in the other room, not hearing any of what's going on in this room. There's a
Three.
knock at your door.
Oh yeah, there are 3 of us in this room.
3.
Yep, there's 3.
Okay, it was 3 then. That's what I thought. You hear a knock at your door.
Who wants to check?
Come in then. Someone in.
Niavara gets up to let people in the door.
You open the door and you see a short stack kobold, red. If you read, yeah, it's short kobold. You recognize her. It's Tamara.
Oh my god.
Miss Tamara,
Yeah. Hello there.
what brings you here?
Well, you fulfilled your part of the bargain, and old Tamara does exactly what Tamara does, and she fulfilled her part of the bargain. And I managed to get you at least an audience with Miss Mira. She's a real busy lady though, so you keep that in mind, and be real sure to show us some respect when you see her, because after all, it's kind of my word that's getting you in there, and I'd rather not be on the bad side, just out of respect for people in power, and being on the shady side of things.
I could totally see that. Thank you so much for pulling all those strings for us. I'll be sure to thank her for letting you pull them.
Of course. When you're that high up in the ranks, you're real busy, and you need strings to pull. So that's my job around here. Anyway, I was just letting you know. Let's see here, and then she reaches into like a pouch at her side and pulls out a piece of parchment. Yeah. So let's see. Sometime around noonish is when she said she'd be ready to meet. So that gives you, I don't know, a few hours from now. And of course, I am going to escort you there because, I gotta make sure I bring the boys.
Gotta make sure you're bringing the boys. I'm almost
Yeah.
curious to see what that'll mean.
Yeah, I'll bring the boys. Don't you worry. Old Tamara's got this.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'll be sure to pass that information on to the rest of my party. And if like Tamara offers out the paper, Niavara will go to take it.
I'll be waiting down here in the lofty highboy, and it's real nice. It's one of the places I don't, particularly find myself patroning, but it's real nice here, and apparently I know people here, so I'll be downstairs enjoying myself for the first time since Thunder Thighs got a old bitty boots out the freaking way for a little bit. The fact that Margaret's out of here on vacation, oh man, I tell you what, it's nice around here. Ooh, I tell you.
Well, I will see you later, and I hope you enjoy the start of what sounds to be a quick vacation.
Yep. Real quick. And then you hear the clitter clatter of little kobold non-shoed feet along the hallway going downstairs.
Opal's
Interesting.
Going to look at Niavara and just go, after she stretches, and just go, so, we telling them now?
I mean, I don't see a reason why not to.
Who knows? Maybe they're in there getting cuddly with each other in their room.
Niavara snorts. I could see Cha and Zedrin like that.
Koza
That's
gets out of the
easy.
picture.
Yeah.
Can you tell me who that lovely creature was that we just talked to?
I
Oh.
mean, technically speaking, that was the woman who asked us to go into the temple and retrieve the smokes that we were asked to go get. Opal herself here included.
Right.
Quite the smoke, if you will. She's the one that had us get an audience with the Lady Miriam, which is what I'm sure. So
And she's also responsible for the party coming to rescue the group I was in.
Right. Okay then. Good.
Oh, Thunder Thighs. Damn it, Margaret. Taking my
right.
freaking smokes.
Um,
Damn it, Margaret.
Well, shall we tell the fellers what they said?
Yes.
I
And
do believe that.
Opal will walk to the door.
I like how Niavara was open to a suggestion of why not to tell the boys any of that stuff.
Gaslight girl boss.
Totally. Gatekeeping.
Box hero.
Information we were definitely going to get at some point.
Yeah. Also,
Oh yeah.
boys, you hear a knock on your door.
Cha jumps a little bit because we're like right in the middle of this really intense discussion about horrifying nightmare visions. Oh, right. Okay, come in.
Opal will come in hearing that. Boys, we have a meeting at noon. It's about meeting that lady. I forgot her name immediately.
Miriam.
We have a meeting with Lady Miriam.
Make
at
sure I have my
noon.
map ready for that.
So, prepare yourselves.
Excellent.
Gotta
Cha
lock the
looks
camera
back
for a
at
second,
Zed
otherwise it gets
really
weird for you guys.
seriously, with his brow furrowed, and he's like, "Come on, buddy." Holds out his hand to pull him up.
We go through all of this effort, and Lady Miriam just tells us, "Go back to the dungeon you left."
Get me the broom of the wicked witch of the west. What? I want to go home now.
Oh, we already have the heels that we can click together 19 times, so we're halfway there.
I've got him half cocked at like 16 clicks.
The legendary ruby slippers.
Well, this is
Chaw's,
tremendous.
Chaw's
I
looking.
can't wait to see what kind of lady she is.
Also, Opal seeing you guys like all grouped together just goes, "What are you guys doing?"
Chaw looks at Zed and doesn't say anything. He's gonna let Zed tell them if he wants to.
Yeah, I think so. As we're kind of getting up off the floor,
Get your ass up
he'll
off the floor.
start to fill in Opal about this vision, dream sort of thing that he had, and I guess at this point, if we're all like kind of converging together, since we've had weird stuff like this happen before, and we've had multiple people like Cha and I have potentially had like the same dream. He's that'll just kind of be like, I know it's unlikely, but did anyone else have any sort of weird dream or anything?
Opal just goes, "Nope."
I slept like a rock.
Oh yeah, me too. A rock.
Drow don't sleep.
I did have a dream about a snake that was wearing a vest, and it was talking to me about going down to the to the pub and asking for black tea, but I asked for green tea instead, and then I Chaw tries to read the room and is like, and just trails off.
Tries to read the room, doesn't stop, just goes off.
Are you gonna roll for that one?
Yeah.
Read the room.
Let's do it. Let's do the read the room roll.
All right, maybe we should have some breakfast.
Tracks.
Tamara is waiting downstairs, but our meeting isn't with her until noon. I'm sure Opal was wise enough to fill you in on this.
Yes,
Right.
of course.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
Midday.
Okay.
so we got
You guys want
we
to?
got some time.
Yeah.
Let's. Sorry, I
Go ahead.
hope
Oh,
you
Go
were
ahead.
thinking about something to get for us.
Oh yeah, I've got the coin. Oh, this is so exciting.
Yeah.
All right
Let's have a
then.
good old meal.
All right then. So I'm not sure how the coin works. What should I do to do I need to rub it or
Rub it and then do a little dance around it.
okay, are you messing with me, Cha?
And then
Is
you
that
got
what
No, it
You got
has to
to-
be clockwise. It must
All
be
right.
You gotta
clockwise.
stand on your head, and then you
That-
got to spin
now
counterclockwise.
you I'm not believing a word of it, not you. All right then, let's see.
There
I'm
seems to be-
rubbing on the coin and I'm thinking about a feast. And there it is. Oh, you've got a lovely breakfast feast. Now, my father was an elf, but my mother, you see, she's a human, but she always did like the elf cuisine better. So you've got a lovely elf feast, breakfast feast laid out in front of you. With juices, rich juices from all kind of fruit and lovely baked goods and breads. Oh my goodness.
With
Succulent.
like elven cutlery.
Elven cutlery, that's right. The whole table is set. The whole table is set for you. And we've got some nice, there's some nice deer meat. And there's some nice fish. And there's some nice,
Okay, I got it. Good.
nice fruit.
They're
And
gonna
you've got
absolutely
some
love this one.
lovely scrambled eggs from this bird from my homeland, which has a name that I can't even quite pronounce. So I'm not going to try, but they're lovely eating. And please help yourself.
All right, I'm tucking in.
So
yeah.
cool.
Opal will
Chop
probably
pulls out his metal infernal chopsticks. Starts going to town.
Infernal chopsticks.
I'm keeping my.
They're like
dwarven
regular
fork.
chopsticks, but from hell.
Like from hell, yes.
I'll use the elven style silverware.
Well, be careful now. Those are sharp. That's sharp.
I imagine the infernal
admired.
chopsticks just have two little holes on the top end of them, and they just spit fire whenever you pick food up.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
Yeah,
Hell
Zed's gonna be
yeah.
eyeing all the
Burn
fish,
it to a crisp.
and he's gonna start digging in.
Wow, elvish cuisine, cool. Read about it.
I've never had anything like this in my life.
What'd you think?
Goodness, the subtleties. What kind of seeds are those in the bread? In the bread, it's like black on the inside. And... Ah,
Well, we're not too easy about giving away our recipes. You go ahead and enjoy.
Oh,
gosh,
no, you're not.
this is cuisine that's been perfected over thousands of years.
Oh, that's right, my friend.
Was that a hint of spite, Neovara?
Neavara winks. Like, listen, I have to play towards some factional loyalties. All hail the Drow Queen.
In any case, thank you very much. Sorry for the
Is your food much different, Niavara?
Neavara smiles. I would say yes.
She is the one person who has not shared her cuisine with us, Sari.
That's actually not true. Opal hasn't either.
Oh, that's true. Sorry.
Well, all right then. We know whose turn it is next.
Oh god.
You're right. It's definitely Opal's.
It sounds like it might be yours, Niavara.
Ah,
Hey,
no.
nah, Opal will take the fall if push comes to shove.
So how did you sleep, fellers?
Which is great.
Charles, like, yeah, it was pretty good. But I think Zed filled everybody in already.
Mhm.
Oh, he did. All right. That wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't catch
Yeah.
that. Sorry.
Nah, it's okay.
Yeah, you guys, it's like I feel like we might need to get to the Astral Sea one of these days. Maybe that could be something we ask of Lady Miriam as well. There's so
So-
much going on there. There's Zed's crew appears to be there. Max was there. He had a vision of it again. They're crashing here in the Feywild. I wonder if Little One or Marn or somebody. And Cha pulls out his obsidian key that dangles around his neck on a platinum chain and is like, and that being wants me to use this. It is there too.
Hmm.
I'm really not sure if releasing it or anything would be good or terrible, but
I got that same phrase that we all heard from the tomb, talking about the key.
oh, door.
The key that was able to fit in the door like a skeleton. Yes. It freaked me right the hell out.
Door
What
to
was it? It was like
madness.
the key. Something will unlock the door to madness.
The
Hmm?
key that unlocks the mind. No, unlocks the mind is the door to madness. Ugh.
Well, whatever's haunting you, said, seems to want us to go back there quite a lot, wouldn't you say?
And isn't it odd that we were planning on going back, and it was almost like as soon as we had something else come up, like this meeting with Lady Miriam and meeting with Sarah, and then maybe where that takes us. It's as if there was just a reminder, and he's gonna look over at Cha. Aye, like we talked about, just keep showing up.
Right?
As though some sort of undead god is asking for us to return. Once again, I'm just adding this back to my sort of mental tally that secretly, Zedrin, that you've been dead this entire time. You don't know it. Your crew's all dead, and that's just how it is, which is why Voldemort acted so strangely around us.
You mean
Hearing
Max
this
was
for like hearing this for like the 100th time now, Zed's just gonna put his elbow on the table and kind of prop his chin on his hand and just kind of look at Niavara like, go on.
Yavara, he likes fish way too much for a dead guy.
I'm not saying that he's physically dead. There are 1,000 ways in which to escape undeath. I am merely pointing out if that a god of death feels like he is owed Zedrin's soul, that could be the rub.
Hey, you might be onto something. I and he'll kind of in frustration again. He'll just kind of like pound the table. I just wish Morn would show his fucking face.
No. It's just like
No,
a
he's a coward.
shadowy weirdo flitting around in the shadows.
Put that one in the quote book.
I mean, I really like
shadowy
shadows.
weirdo.
But yeah, Chog gets very self-aware and is like, I like shadows too, but you know,
Shadowy
these
weirdo.
are creepy shadows, and I like cool shadows. Yeah.
Thank you, Chaw.
Yeah.
You'd rather something you can punch in the face, right? Honestly.
Right.
Understand.
That's it.
So
Gosh. Seen a
so Zed
statue.
Can you tell me
Zed's
more
gonna
about this Maximilian fella?
Ha! Max.
Cool.
Zed's gonna kind of sit back
Hmm.
and he's got his hand on his chin. He's just looking like he's pondering something as you ask about Max.
He was an antagonist, perhaps. No
I
one really knows
antagonize him,
that much about
certainly.
him.
Perhaps first time you met Chaw, you fucking threw a blade at him.
Oh, sounds
Right.
antagonistic, I'd say.
It's true. I came around the corner and I played it off like I didn't know what was going on, but he did throw a knife at me. But
Oh,
Chaw's
He really
after somebody says nobody really knows, Chaw's like again, he's like averting his eyes a little bit and biting his lip.
Hmm.
bit of trauma there.
Niavara sort of, her eyebrows peak as she's like, huh. Mr. Rafiki, I think that you've been holding out on me. I understand that I live in a very glass house here, but I am curious.
Uh,
Houses shouldn't throw knives.
You are so right, Opal, which is exactly why Josh should explain the joke that we all missed the punchline for.
Explaining
Well-
jokes does not make them.
Nice. That's a good line.
Chaw's like forehead's beating with sweat a little bit. He's like, well, you
And at-
guys, I
And at that point, a knock at the door.
Of course.
Opal going to whisper to Cha, not particularly trying to just go, explain it to me.
So Sari
oh!
gets up and opens the door.
Chaw's gonna go over to Zed's girlfriend and ask where they can find Sarah.
Before Chaw does that, or Chaw's gonna start walking away, and Zed's gonna kind of grab Chaw, and you're gonna see like a look on his face where he's really focused again, and he's gonna look up. Hey mate, for whatever reason, I've got the feeling that those different visions I saw through the different doors, that all those might have been glimpses at other victims of Marn. Like I was seeing things that Marn has done. I don't know if it was a threat.
It's true.
I'm not sure if
Max
it
was
was.
captured by him, right? That's how you found him.
Well,
And the dragon.
that's how we found him. I don't know if that's how he was captured because he never told us.
Oh.
He didn't. He kept saying he didn't know his captors, and we kept thinking that it was Dale because of where we found him. But everything did. There's very, very many things that happened when we were chasing Dale that also have to do with Marn.
Well, there's something to do with my homeland as well. There were some hellish creatures behind what happened with
Right?
Dale. I don't know the
Right?
connection
Didn't you say
yet.
that it was like people that you recognized?
Yes, they were sworn enemies of my family back in the City of Iron.
And now, why would I'm sure that there's a lot of well, I don't want to just assume like I know anything about hell, but there's probably multiple different families or things like that, and just the chances that it would be your rival directly.
That is one of the things I wanted to ask Lady Miriam about. If she knows anything.
Zed's gonna realize that he's like clutching your arm, and
Yeah.
he'll kind of let go. Sorry, mate. I just wanted to.
No, you're good, Zed. It's all right.
A lot of things, right?
It is a lot. And Chaw's gonna give a nod and walk by to go ask. And he's gonna kind of whisper toward Niavara, I'll tell you everything. He passes by.
Niavara is just like, yes. Like the calmest little voice you can be. She
I'd
doesn't
like to
like
be
that she
in on
missed
that.
secrets. I'm sorry. Ah,
Had to
Sorry,
but then
gatekeep
she
Sorry
something.
whispers that she'd like to be in on that too.
she composes herself and she's like, in good time.
So pretty much the knock at the door
Oh.
was just, room service, as it were.
I mean, we're in here fine
It's like-
dining.
We open the door, and there's this feast, and I'm just picturing whoever is with room service just being like, "How the fuck?"
Yeah.
Pardon me, but you are not allowed to eat outside food in this establishment.
It's not outside food. This food
No.
was created here in this building, in fact.
It's more like, oh, my mistake. I guess someone already took care of it. Apologies.
Thank you.
Opal did
You
not
want some?
lie.
Hmm.
Sari, that was an excellent meal, by the way. Excellent. Thank
Oh,
you for
Yeah,
sharing.
I think it's safe to say
I'm
all
glad
the
you
fish
like
is
it.
gone.
Glad you like
All the fish is gone. So,
Chaw stuffed a loaf of bread into his bag. The elvish bread.
can you try? Because there's something that I am confident you don't recall. So you remember way back when? Would Shaw remember though? You know, when you're stuffing food in your bag, you put your food in there.
Because of Alan?
No, but when you put your food in the bag, it's like something really like weird and like mushy in the bag. That's not Alan or Mittens.
Oh, didn't I put some like goo from a creature in there. I've got so much weird stuff in my bag.
Don't you have the mushrooms as well, like the lichen?
Oh my god, those mushrooms. Have they completely gone bad by now? How long has it been? It hasn't been that long, I guess.
They're
But
dried
who
out.
knows? It's the Feywild.
You pulled the mushrooms out. They're growing on other things.
He does have his box of spicy tetanus in there.
So you go through your bag and figure out what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Be like,
So-
oh, Mittens, what are you doing in here, Mittens?
So you seem to recall way back when one of the things that you did was you stuffed food in your bag from before you even came to the Feywild, from that first meal Cha ever had in the quote-unquote material plane. I don't recall you ever pulling that out.
Oh.
It has
You
gone
did also
bad.
have like
It stinks and it is rancid.
you did also have like
Oh.
goo from
Oh, I had all kinds of weird shit
something that
going
you
on in there.
ate and then decided to keep the rest of it.
So you have a lot of excess biomass.
Child's
in
gonna
your-
go. Child's like, oh gosh, you guys, just I'll be
shit.
downstairs.
Close it, Chalk, close it.
yeah,
Outside the room. Outside of the room.
This D&D
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
is becoming
the-
a Last of Us campaign, boys.
I'm gonna go clean this out in the bathroom.
I do not bestow that travesty onto whatever floor.
Mittens, why didn't you tell me? Oh, you don't have a sense of smelling, I guess.
How could he tell you?
God, he's just been sitting on deadly rotting food for weeks.
I mean,
Yeah, I guess. This would have been how do I say it? A reason for detect poison and disease, and/or protection from good and evil. Honestly, looking at that one more time.
Oh, one of the many horrors that I had come across as a housekeeper in the college campus.
Ooh, nice.
Many
helped clean out my
many
brother's
things.
sink.
Sorry, go ahead.
I helped clean out my brother's sink at his college dorm. And maggots crawled out of the sink drain.
Oh.
we sprayed them with bleach like twice.
All right, everyone, roll initiative.
Yeah, the maggots coming out of Chaw's bag.
And well, here's the most
We thought the
interesting
tiny
thing.
beholder was the worst enemy.
Well, here's the most interesting thing, though. You remember that individual that was super stinky? This smell still doesn't hold a candle to him.
Elrune,
Oh yeah.
Elrin.
Elrune.
nasty
That guy
boy.
was a trip. It's a trip.
But just throwbacks. Anywho, so what are y'all's doing?
Oh, that's great. I was gonna clean out his bag. And then he'll meet everybody downstairs.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea before we go meet Sarah.
And also Miriam.
Of course. Probably more important.
Yes.
Slightly.
The group collective.
Cha would
Uh,
also like to ask his group, hey, you guys, can you see if room service could get like a bouquet of flowers together?
I think that
I-
it'd be more personal if you got them for her, not going to lie there, Chaw.
Oh, I don't know anything
There is
about
Crazy Ned.
flowers.
I'll ask Tiffany where we can find some.
There are no flowers in hell. I have no reference point.
Take what
I
reminds you of her when you see them, then.
Reminds me of her? Oh.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah. Char gets like a soft look on his face.
Yeah, Cho, what do you think about when you think of Sarah?
Well, I
Where
think
have
about
one?
that first time I went for a dip in water. Ever. With you guys. And I think about like lying around naked on the shore with a breeze going over my hot naked body.
I
You
know.
know,
I have to hear
things
this
like,
part.
oh,
All right,
is that
we should probably
about?
tell Char. We should probably tell Char something to say when we actually do meet with Sarah. Because
That was really
immediately
creepy.
that got weird.
Really?
It's not.
It was
Yeah,
just too
because
much.
you referenced the river that you were swimming in that was full of piss
He
that
didn't
we told you
say
about,
piss.
and
Right, not the
and
piss
then
part.
Oh, yeah. It
Then
was
right,
the
but that was
whole.
mentioning
still
his
part
hot
of it.
naked body.
Yeah,
And
it
then
was
But
the
That
you
was
it,
a
whole
it
little
was
pointing over
hot.
your naked
Like
body on the.
literally, I'm
But the
from
first
hell. My body's hot. You
shot.
right, but the
guys.
first
I-
bit was just like it's my naked body, and if you just reference that with no context,
You
yeah,
might as well be talking about your deep shaft.
Jeez, the Feywild is so conservative.
You could do
Can I-
worse.
no,
can I cast
it's-
Expeditious Retreat on.
I'm not saying
Sorry.
I'm not saying you're not wrong, but maybe ease into it. Maybe like
okay, I
work
think of
to
I
that
think of
part.
like fresh
Don't just
breezes.
yeah,
Fresh
right.
breezes and like
Don't tell
like
people
sign.
where the breezes go,
Okay, no
but just
breeze
right. Yeah,
destination,
we're on to
just
something.
breezes and sighing and like doing my hair and yeah. Okay, got it.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay.
Mm.
So
You
like
guys are so helpful. Thank you.
We'll work on it.
hydrangeas.
No, we'll
You
work
should
on
go
it.
get hydrangeas, maybe.
I was gonna say like
Ooh.
maybe you think of like you were on to something, but just the way you were describing it, I don't feel like the sunset,
The
a
hot
field of
blood of my enemies.
a field of flowers, right? And then you say something
Ooh.
like that, and it just you probably shouldn't
Blood of
say
my
that.
enemies. I like
No, no,
that.
no.
No,
Damn it,
bad
it's
shot,
wait,
bad. We're saying
no?
it's not romantic.
that was an
We
example.
have
of
no
Oh.
something
idea
not
what
to
she
say.
likes.
Yeah. Well, we
It's
did
so-
have a
okay.
nice talk. She's a hard worker. She does like long walks in open fields.
She loves
There we
hugs.
go.
She loves hugging, which I'm excellent at. Could I get her that talks about hugs?
I tell you what, if you get her flowers, you'll probably get a hug.
Okay, see, I was on the right track. Flowers. I
Right.
just don't know anything about flowers, you guys. Give me a
So-
break.
We'll
when
ask
you
Tiffany.
see them,
That's why.
pick the ones you like.
Okay.
And spice
That's-
the language up with something not weird.
Like, it would be like saying, like, oh, Sarah, the blue of your eyes reminds me of the moist crevices of the Underdark. That'd be so weird.
Oh,
Right. So
yeah.
along the lines of what
Oh.
we're saying, the reason I asked what you think of when you think of Sarah had to go along the lines with the flowers. It's like, you pick the flowers that you think you like, give them to her, and you say, I picked these because I thought of you. Not
Yes.
the deep, eternal depths of hell and blood-soaked bodies reminded me of you, and so I brought you these flowers, because that makes no sense.
Got it.
I mean, that
do
might work
love
on
how her
Hilga.
pupils. I love that her pupils are square. It's really cool. Like your beautiful square yellow pupils.
I want to say that there are some square looking flowers out there. You can even grab those.
Hey, that's it. See, you guys are the best. Char gives all of you a kiss on the cheek.
Neovar will duck out of it. Like, nope.
Contested acrobatics check.
Roll it.
Let's do this. Here we go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Rex.
Oh, nice.
I picture just like the slow-mo frame by frame anime scene of just Cha's lips extending and Niavara just almost kind of like shifting out of focus and then just dodging it.
fucking body melting. Like, no. Mm-mm.
She's prone now.
That was great. We need slow motion fan art of that.
Mhm.
I am so fine, Shaw. Thank you so much for being so very thoughtful and friendly, but no thanks.
And at that
Shaw-
moment, Sarah pokes her
Chaw's
head
like,
in the
I
door
had to try.
and
I was
sees
about to
Chuck
say
kissing
the
everybody.
worst
That'd be
thing.
that'd be great timing.
Oh, that happens. Opal reduces to ash.
Chaw's like, okay, so Chaw's gonna be on the lookout for squarish, yellowish, and bluish, and blackish flowers. If he finds no black flowers, so be it.
I don't think black flowers. Keep blue and purple.
When
Yellow
you said
square, daffodils and
Ooh,
tulips, probably.
Purple.
when
Okay.
you said yellow squarish, I immediately thought of pink.
Tulips is tulips are kind
Yeah.
of square.
Can I ask Tiffany if there's a florist around anywhere?
I mean, like, yeah, like I'm like totally sure. There's like a few of them. Yeah, there's a few. I
Is
mean,
there one
flowers is
that-
kind
that
of
you like?
me personally. Like, I like. I mean, if as long as they're bright and pretty and they like fit together, then that's fine with me. Like, I like a lot of things. They're, like totally
Where
awesome.
could I find her at this time of the day? You know?
I think like she's probably like working up in the like more nobles area.
We can find her on the way.
Thanks, Tiffany. You rock.
Actually, I'm Tiffany. Like totally.
Wait, what did I say?
You said you rock. She said I'm Tiffany.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Oh,
Chaw gives her a
that's so
confused
funny.
look and runs away.
So, I guess for clarification, does she work up basically where we're going?
Nearby.
Okay.
Receptionist.
So then before we leave, we should bring Tamara with us.
But you know, Tamara's
Oh, good
been
call.
waiting for you.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
promised
Tamara is downstairs
we were
chilling.
going in.
Yeah.
But we were gonna go meet Sarah first, and I didn't want to leave and then be like, "Oh, now we have to go meet Tamara." So that's all. That was why I was clarifying.
Well, we need to go through the lounge, and she's already there. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow.
Tamara.
Tomorrow.
I call her Tamara
Tamara.
because
Tamara.
I prefer
I think it's Tamara, but I
It
call her
is.
Tamara just because of
Tamara.
the way that I said it when we were playing Atlas. That's a character that Cube played during Atlas, just as a side bit.
There's another A, so it's
Cool.
Tamara. But everybody said Tamara.
Tamara.
I said Tamara based on
Tamara.
my accent.
I like Tamara.
It's got the
Well, of
fantasy
course.
edge to it.
What do you mean? This is exactly it, Tamara, right? I'm Tamara. I'm
going with
Tamara
Steve.
Squamps. I live in the
Sarah, I
Squamps.
could call
Tamara.
Sarah Sarah.
Anyway,
I stepped away to grab the tissue and I heard Tamara Squamps.
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 that was the
Squamps.
character that Cube played when we were in Atlas.
So that character couldn't say swamp. Her name was Tamara Swamps. But anytime she said swamp, she would say squamp. It's like I'm Tamara Squamps. I live in the Squamps. People assume that I'm some kind of a squamp witch, but I'm just a little person that lives in the Squamp.
think
I'm
the
just a
worst word.
squamp person.
A squampy little guy, you know.
Yeah, Squamp witch.
I think the professional word for that is a hag.
Oh.
Jokes fly flat.
Oh, I got it.
No, it's actually funny. We we should have referred to Tamara as the hag.
Well, those are the other hags from Hag Island, so they were already hags, so I was trying to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho,
Swamp witch.
Squamp witch.
To the florist.
So you stopping by Tamara then, or just going straight to a florist?
Yes. We'll collect
Yeah, we're gonna.
Tamara.
Hey, you fellas good to go or something? You finally ready to go? Miss Miriam's got a real tight schedule.
Oh yeah. We're going to make love happen, and then to Lady Miriam.
So what you're saying is you want to go talk to a random Joe Schmo instead of talking to the individual that runs this entire town. Yeah, that's a great idea. I totally see how that could definitely not be any level of offensive to, her time and efforts.
No, you
So
said we
the
had
question-
a couple hours.
Do you realize how long I've been sitting down here waiting?
No.
About
Because you
30
guys had a
minutes.
feast.
So this is
Oh,
a
that's
I-
true. We did have the
expeditious
feast.
retreat not being the best.
Yep,
to get-
expeditious retreat. Should have had it.
It would have been really nice to just slap Shaw in the ass and say, "Go get him, Tiger."
So
I guess
I
we were
suppose
munching for a while.
that it's probably time for us to go then, Tamara.
Yeah, that would be preferable on account of, I don't want to keep her waiting. She's a real nice lady, and I'd hate to be the one late for an appointment, because old Tamara keeps to her appointments.
This is fair. Cha, we can get your flowers later.
Okay. Tiffany, if you see Sarah, tell her that I want to see her later.
Like, Tully. And she just gives you a thumbs up while stocking some more
Sweet.
bottles.
Zed's gonna before we leave. Zed's gonna walk over to Tiffany and kind of lean over the bar. Tiffany, another favor.
She's real small, but she does flies up to your face and puts her elbows on a non-existent table with her
How
hands on
close
her
is she to
cheeks,
my face.
right in front of it.
I'm gonna give
Inches.
her a smooch.
She blushes.
Ooh.
I gotcha. Anyway, sorry. Favor. So I don't know if we're gonna have time to find Sarah before we go meet with Lady Miriam. My friend Shaw here really, really wants to get a good flower set for her. And Zed's gonna describe the flowers that Shaw's looking for to Tiffany. Is it possible if maybe you could send someone to collect these? Maybe the florist that you were speaking of. We get a nice set, and then maybe we can stop back by and we can grab them for Shaw.
I can totally do that. I've got all day. Well, I mean, I still have to work, but I can have people do it. That's no problem, especially for you. And she's just her little wings are fluttering a little bit more. Her cheeks are rosy red.
I knew you could. I appreciate it. All right, I'll see you soon. And he's gonna get back with the rest of the group.
To which everybody saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Shaw's like, ooh, nudging Zed in the ribs a little bit.
Zed's gonna whisper. Fuck. All right. I gotta find flowers too because it's gonna look real bad if I just asked my special one to get flowers for someone else to give to someone else. So don't let me forget.
Good call, buddy. Hey, we'll head by the florist after we talk to Lady Miriam. Get you some
Right.
good stuff.
Hey, wouldn't it be nice if Rain was around and he could just use the flower staff? We just have flowers
Oh,
at
right.
moment's notice. Anyway,
Gosh, Rain. Where did he flit off to?
Probably
Ah.
floating in a mug, swimming pool of chocolate milk.
Oh,
he's in a large
totally.
margarita right now, and we're never gonna see him again.
He just goes downhill, becomes a total alky
Oh,
because
no.
of us.
He and
We got him his
Elrune
first drink ever.
are over at the Flaming Horse, just holding things down.
bringing up a huge tab they'll never pay.
Nice.
By the way, Dungeon Master, was the Sherman still sitting in the hallway upstairs? Okay, Sherman has come out of stasis. He's somewhere.
Greener
Somewhere.
He's
pastures.
having a good time.
I kept thinking that they might just use him as a statue or, a hat rack or something. But those like I'm looking at the scene that we're seeing still, and there's like the bear over the fireplace,
Oh, they've left.
and I just
Yeah.
picture Sherman being just like a statue in the corner.
They're
That'd
not
be so
there.
trippy.
But Tamara's there, so let me at least pull her to.
Oh, Sherman. So many characters, so many cool guests too.
The slime guy.
Yeah, I was just thinking
Oh,
about
that
that.
was a great episode. I
That was
listened to the
fun.
whole thing.
The slime guy?
The slime guy.
It's so funny when we're referencing characters and stuff that have been in the party that to people that don't know, because it's like, oh, dude, yeah, there was a
I've got
slime
no
guy.
idea of most of the
Yeah, he
people
was
you're
so
talking
cool.
about.
He was
Right.
so polite and congenial.
I forget
Gosh.
who stepped on him. Because that's how we got
Kozik stepped on
introduced
him.
to him. Was it Kozik?
Kozik stepped on it, and then Kozik mentioned it too at some other point. He was like, "Do I step on a slime person when I'm walking down that trail again?"
Oh yeah. Now I remember. Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys are heading to the Casa de Miriam, correct?
Casa
Yeah.
de Miriam. Let's do it.
Perfect, because I have a
You
backdrop
know,
for that.
probably should have mentioned that she also has Long Strider prepared, but for later things. And less useful.
Or is it? You might need it.
I mean, dude, you.
Oh, the thing. It's so easy. I'm just like, you might need it. It's true. It's accurate. You might need it. You never know.
I might need it if I need 10 extra feet to my run.
Yeah.
I hear Brody down there. I'm so mad.
Oh, yeah, you can hear him in here?
I can hear his little crawler.
Being very cute.
So,
Yeah, sorry.
so you leave the Missing No and go outside. It's definitely about midday.
Lofty Highborn.
Oh, you're in the lot, right? Not the Missing No. But yeah, you leave the Lofty Highborn, and it's definitely daytime, as the streets are jam-packed with wagons and people and trade. The bazaar is busy. People are like calling out, trying to peddle their wares. It's not the festival, but a different kind of. It's not festival loud, but it's a different kind of loud. Just busy streets loud. It's back to business kind of day, with people coming and going of varying sizes, shapes, species, colors, and maybe even planes of existence you don't even know. But you are led through the streets of Zareth by the escort of Tamara, and eventually start to notice these. Yeah, you have enough perception. You start to notice these really small creatures that start to slowly congeal on Tamara, very akin to Margaret. Like her version of the boys, Tamara has her own version of the boys, where instead of them being like small alligators with backwards facing caps and baseball bats, and what else did he have them be like? And like knuckle dusters. Hers are little lizards, like little the gecko from Geico, like a bunch of those, with like forward-facing caps, knuckle dusters, a couple of them maybe with like switchblades.
Oh, you guys mean business.
That seems to be her version of the boys. But they just kind of come and go like every so often. and it takes a good bit to get through here because, like I said, there's a lot of foot traffic, there's a lot of wagon, there's a lot of trade. And let me at least preload the scene for you. That way it won't be too crazy on some computers. And you come to basically the top of the mountain, as it were. And as you finally crest this hill, you see it in its full glamour and glory. It's this very bright castle, like easily like 2 tiers, maybe 3 tiers worth. And there are these, it's very colorful, like very bright and vibrant. In this time of day, it's almost like it emanates its own sort of light based on the material, based on like the time of day. And in front of it is like this little like lake. Is it lake or river? Lake. It's kind of like this, body of water, as it were, that surrounds it a little bit, at least from your perspective. It probably goes all around. But let me load this scene for you.
I got no tokens.
Yep,
For the
I'm
darkness, the void.
yeah, I gotta change the lighting.
Whee!
Castle.
Nice.
Let's see it.
It's very akin to like your traditional sort of like fairy tale style of castle, which you'd probably
Does
expect
look
nothing
very
less.
Astral Sea.
Oh, great.
Does look very Feywild.
That's lovely.
Swan
That's
Lake, if you
lovely.
will.
That's just lovely. That's cute, Niabara.
Hmm?
I caught it.
Did you say Swan Lake?
She
Yeah.
did.
Oh, never forget it. I saw it performed live in Odessa, Ukraine.
Wow.
Beautiful at the ancient opera house there that I hope has not been destroyed.
Wow. Yeah,
So
right.
you kind of walk up to this very large and very welcoming, despite its huge size. It's very welcoming and colorful. Like you just kind of want to go over there and just kind of hang out. You feel very like relaxed here, like very calm. It just kind of gives off that vibe of just chill and welcoming, and maybe like a little bit of joy in the background. Like the kind of color just represents the cooler colors kind of represent that. It's very relaxing. All right, so I guess we're here. Remember to clean out your bags. Don't be real stinky around there. Be respectful. Remember your guests, and I'm sort of responsible for you, so it'd be real bad if you did something bad in there, and besmirch the good name of Tamara.
We will be on our best behavior.
We will do you proud, Tamara.
Well, I hope so.
Cha's gonna look around at are there other nobles and people walking about that
Oh, yeah.
seem to have like a certain? Is there a certain fashion that they're expressing?
They're
that
very
shows
clean,
them-
very clean, very bright colors. Like, very akin to Feywild, like bright violets and like bright greens and maybe some rose. Yeah, there are roses, but this is very regal. Just in general, very regal here. They dress well. As a matter of fact, Kozik, this feels so much like home. Like this is the first bit of like official ambiance of nobility that you have interacted with in a very long time.
You think it was this colorful where Cha is from?
Slightly deeper reds.
Cha's like,
No.
No.
The Cha's gonna look around, and then you'll all see that his entire outfit just slowly starts to transform in texture
Oh,
and shading to some of these bright kind of greens and
If I can
some
focus in a little bit more for you
lavender and some
guys.
mauve, and gonna put some purples in his outfit, and he's
There
gonna
we
let
go.
his cloak, which is all black,
That's a good
just
shot for you
become
guys.
more of a kind of a bright royal blue,
I have to tinker with camera
and
controls.
and he's gonna
There we go.
just try to hold himself a little bit more nobly. You're seeing something come out in Cha that you've hardly ever seen anything you've never seen, basically, where he's becoming more of a statesman, and he's has a stern face, and he's holding himself a little bit more sternly. He's looking to Kozik a little bit, kind of seeing how Kozik holds himself. It's like,
Well,
all right.
Kozik feels a little bittersweet about this because this is his milieu, but he's got on and all this dusty adventuring clothes, this sort of leather armor, but he takes out his signet ring from its secret pouch or his necklace, wherever he keeps it there, and I put on the signet ring kind of as my mark of nobility, and I try to hold my chin up and hold my head up straight, and try to feel just project a sort of confidence, a noble confidence. That's the best I can do.
Also, Kozik, give me an insight.
Inside. Okay, let me get there. Trooper.
And I'm going to say it's with advantage.
Insight. Always. There we go. My character sheet's always in the way of everything. 18.
All right. 18. So, sort of two things as you're holding yourself up high and, you know, taking on sort of your role, right? Like you're a noble. This is your scene. This is like you haven't been home in so long, at least in your mind, that this is a fresh slice of apple pie, you know. So with that insight, you definitely get a feel that some of the people of the higher stature have taken note of you as part of a noble thing. And it's even more so when you put on the signet ring. Like, they might not necessarily know what house or organization or family you're from, but you do hold yourself in a manner that is befitting to where you currently are. So some people really give you like a glance, and they see your clothing, they're just kind of like maybe a little bit of like, but then they see how you hold yourself and they're like, oh. Almost like they think you're just slumming it or getting back from slumming it, as they say.
On purpose.
And the other part of that insight, this comes a little more from the arcane side of things. You feel, not that you like actually are, but just sort of the buzz in the air. You feel a bit empowered here. Just not just in confidence, but in the arcane, in your perhaps somewhat to do with your link with your packed magics.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely like a buzz or an energy or a charge in the air that is homely and welcoming, but also potent and not imposing, but you know that it could be. Like, imagine from like the old Dragon Ball episodes, like you can feel someone's spiritual pressure. It's kind of like that.
Right. There's a little an invisible exclamation point goes off above my head. Bing.
But it's only for a moment.
Yeah.
And with that, it is 10:43, and I think that's a perfect spot to wrap it up because Tamara basically is gonna go with you inside. Actually, we could just RP this out. So, is there anything you want to
Kozik,
do in there?
lead the way.
Well, just so you know, Sari just snuck behind into an alley and took off her dirty leather armor and put on her really nice scale mail.
Uh-uh.
Okay, nice.
All right, so I'm guessing none of you have ever been here. So I'll lead you through. I'll get you, I'll talk to the right people, and we'll get you that meeting for whatever important business you got. I'm sure it could be, handled here because I can't think of anybody more capable than Miss Miriam.
I'm a quiver with anticipation.
I have a quiver of arrows, but they're not with me. So I guess.
Of course you do. Yes.
That's going in the Kozik quote book, quote audio book.
The audio
Quiver
log.
with anticipation.
Oh, another Rocky Horror reference.
Oh, there you go.
Shiver,
So-
that would be a shiver, though.
With that, we can wrap up the sessions. You guys are going in, and I have a little map prepared. Let's see. Do I want to put you guys on that map yet?
Yeah.
Cha respectfully bows as Kozik passes and please asks him to lead our party in.
When I go to the other scene, it does that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Zed.
Hold on.
Zed's
Let me fix that.
kind of he's straightened out his beard
They're
a little
here.
bit and slicked back his hair slightly, and he's got his left hand
Unlock that so I can change
um,
scene.
at a left arm at a 90-degree angle, and his hands behind his back, and his right hand is kind
So
of
they'd be walking in
when presidents do speeches and they have their
here.
their hand kind of cupped and they're kind of pointing with their hand, but not, you know what I mean?
Like Bill
He's got, like,
Clinton
that.
with the thumb.
Oh,
yeah.
totally.
Ready?
Yeah,
I got
he's
Draco
got like
tokens
that
on.
going on, but his hands very close to his chest. He's just going into valet mode again,
Kozik.
to where he's
Niavara.
gonna be standing next to Kozik
Opal.
and making sure that we're
Sorry.
treated with the utmost nobility and
Zed.
respect.
Yes, a gentleman's entourage demands respect.
And Tamara. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Well,
That's
let's see
another one.
what the other half of the
Yep, right.
entourage did.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Opal doesn't really have a lot of clothing to change in and out of. She's fine in her clothing, I assure you.
All right.
Hopefully.
So I have you guys ready
But
to
she
go
probably does put her
for the
mace in
next
my
time.
crossbow.
Okay,
She does
cool.
put her mace in my
A
crossbow.
gentleman's entourage deserves respect.
Right, and that's only half of you. What about the other half of the entourage?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but Kozik is like, naturally, patriarchal and racist.
I'm to the manner born. And no, that's not true.
Oh, man, you gotta
I'm
respect men.
joking. I'm joking.
Get best with
we
that.
love him for it. We love him for his toxic
right.
masculinity.
Do we though? Do we really?
I haven't done that in
Do
years.
we?
Who's talking to the talking barrel again?
The barrel.
You guys are,
Great
you guys are
session.
awful. Yeah. Yes. Good. Yeah, that was good. Good role playing,
Yeah, that's fun.
everybody.
Can you say that line again, Kozik, please? I'm a quiver with anticipation.
That's you said. You said it.
No, but nobody can
You'll
say
have
it
to-
like you.
No, you'll have to catch it in the edit, catch it in the replay.
You gotta watch the VOD.
It's true.
Yeah.
You can't do it again. You're a true artist. You're a true audio artist. Can't
Heaven-
repeat the same thing.
Heaven forbid the feline individual shows up here.
Oh my god, it's gonna be Lady Miriam's right hand.
Oh, that should just be funny. Hello, pretty kitty.
Yeah. Pretty kitty. And then that elf that he talked to, where he was like, "So, I follow the Queen of Air and Darkness. What about you?"
It's
They
true, you
got
gotta
into
be
that.
careful.
They're like all part of the court.
Oh, classic.
I
Some
have a
beautiful
question for you
moments.
guys. I have a question.
Go away.
At one point, we were talking about, how often you can refresh your spells. Some people are daily, some people take longer. And then Opal said, "Oh, I'm letting go of a certain spell." And then Cube said, "Oh, you should have hung on to that one."
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
remember which spell that was?
Oh, of course I do, because it hasn't left my mind since he said that. Expeditious Retreat.
Say it again.
Expeditious Retreat.
Thank you.
Nice.
We DMs do
And
I
that.
could see the smug smile on Cube's face from having poisoned Opal's mind for the entire session by saying that one line right at the beginning.
Because after he said that, after Cube said that, or Game Master said that, I immediately went through the rest of my active spells to see if I had anything similar.
Well, exactly what the rest of us are thinking.
And luckily I do. It's Longstrider, but it's worse. Yes, I can increase your target by or your speed by 10 feet for 1 hour. And I can
It's
only...
dungeon. It's Dungeon Master karma. You've been a Dungeon Master who's done the same thing to your players.
Yes, and it brings me joy.
See? It's just karma.
Hey, I expect my Game Master to fuck with me at least a little bit.
What are you talking about? Never. I was just
Okay,
saying
well-
that could be a useful spell. It could be useful. Yeah.
Have a great week, everybody. That was awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna sign off. Night.
Yeah,
You're
thanks
all
a
good.
lot, everyone.
I will
Bye.
see
Nighty
you
night.
we're finished.
And
All
thanks
right.
for the great music, Cha.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up there. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you. We will be right back at it tomorrow with the Wanderers. I think we are on session 4. So that would be interesting. So with that, I hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope you enjoyed the pretty much podcast session. I just let them RP. I mean, I set the scene and let them do it. That's kind of how to roll. But they finally are going to get to meet Miriam, and I'm excited for that. Yay! So, for y'all's on the Ubes Tubes, I hope you enjoy, and I will try and get this uploaded soon-ish. And I'll catch you next time. All right? All right. Stay cool.